Ladies and gentlemen,
Rising.
Grand Rising, my sister.
Yeah, so let's get to it. Get straight to the house rules. Respect the mic, right? Um, no talking. Everybody not talking at one time, please. When you come up in the panel, please immediately mute your microphones to be respectful to those who may be speaking. Also, please be brief, be bright, be gone. So no monologue. Also, this is a profanity-free space, so please be mindful of the vulgarities. We will give you a warning once, and if it continues, the host will drop you out of the panel. With that, let's just have a good dialogue.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. You want to stay up or you good?
You can drop me.
Okay, respectfully. Oh, this morning discussion. Look, you don't even want me to disconnect you. That's crazy work. So I was gonna go a whole nother way with my topic, with what I wanted to talk about last night. But this morning I want to cover something that's very important, something that a lot of men are really ashamed to talk about, and something that a lot of men are afraid to discuss, even with their women. And it's one of the hardest things as a man for us, especially when you get a certain age. And even some young men go through this as well. So my question this morning is ED a man's is ED a men's health issue or a relationship issue? Yeah. So y'all know what that is. If you don't know what ED is, erectile dysfunction. For some of y'all who don't know. So I see a lot of women saying both, both, both. But is it ED? Like what is it really? See, a lot of time we have all these topics that we talk about, but this one right here, it kind of hit home. Well, I ain't gonna say it hit home, but it's something that is some things that us men go through. So I'm not the only man in this world, but I do want to hear from my brothers and some of you sisters if you guys would like to come up. So I will open up my platform for those that would like to come up and have this conversation this morning. Little bro, good morning, good morning.
Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand Rising, good morning. Yeah, these are not the easy conversations that us men have, and a lot of times, a lot of us men would deterred from that, and they don't want to talk about it. And a lot of and women need to understand too the reason why that. So you know what I'm saying? It's something that, like I said, us men we don't want to discuss it because we feel like it's destroying our manhood. But I want to hear what your thoughts are. Anybody can speak. This is the open floor today.
Man, man, you definitely caught us. I think a lot of us left field with this one, brother. I would like that you touch on this though. It's man. I would say first before anything, it's a men's health issue because as men, speaking as a man, if that's something that I was experiencing, that'll mess with a lot of aspects of you because whether a lot of women want to believe it or not, it means a lot to us as men to be able to fulfill the woman in our lives desires or needs or wants, things like that. So, and you feel like when you can't do that in a certain area, and that's a major area, it's gonna mess with your mental and a lot of parts of you. So I would say that is that before it's a relationship issue.
Interesting. All right. No, that was good. That was good. Anybody else got anything they want to share?
I I believe that sometimes when it does happen, it's generally taken out upon the woman. Frustrations with and women do take it out upon the men. Frustrations with them for not performing, and You know, out of that frustration and snappiness of the woman, sometimes the man becomes snappy as well. And so there's a lot of uh, emotional and physical uh, emotional and physical uh, there's just a lot of name calling and abuse that can happen, verbal abuse that can happen between the two due to that dysfunction.
Okay.
I just peeped something real quick right before I let go. With how you wrote this, because I can see how the relationships out as well, because a lot of times that is what leads to it. I know a lot of ladies don't want to hear that, but if you disrespecting a man or not, paying attention to him and things like that, then yeah, it's or whatever the case, it could be a lot of different facets to it, variables that could definitely lead to a man not, because it is mental. It is mental. So yeah, I can see it. I can see the other side of it. I think that to me, first and foremost, means that his health is not where it needs to be, mentally, spiritually, physically.
Right. And when it comes to that, when it comes to the mental part, well, I'm gonna go with the physical part first. See, with the physical part is because number one, a lot of men don't understand where you can get ED from too, as well as also when you are playing with yourself. Self gratification comes from ED. A lot of brothers don't know that. You're messing with blood circulation, your hands, all that is not supposed to be using. You're not supposed to be doing that self gratification. That's number one. Number two is also when it comes to health, it's also some of the stuff that you eat, like some of the foods that we put in our bodies. A lot of that stuff gets through our bloodstream and also messes us up down there too. There's also some of those pills like Viagra, the honey packs, the Rhino stuff, the blue chews. All those things messes that up. It messes up down there in your area. So all these so-called performance enhancement stuff, all of this stuff can jack a man up. And it's about taking care of our bodies. They said mind, body, and spirit. Well, spirit, mind, and body. We're supposed to be able to take care of ourselves. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to have sex regularly, because it's not a routine. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that too can destroy you as well. A lot of brothers think, well, no, as long as you keep piping, nah. It's an organ. It needs rest. You need to have rest. Just like when your body needs to sleep, right? Somebody says sleep apnea is a huge cause. Yes, it is. Yes, that is a very huge cause of sleep apnea. And also one of the things that, like my brother said, is the attraction. Some men lose attraction to young women, which can cause it. I know it may not sound right, but he can be with you and not and lose so much attraction to you that he cannot function right. He cannot get it up. And then your women wonder, like, what's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? He's not attracted to you no more.
Bro, I'll say this. I saw this podcast and I couldn't stop laughing because the dude asked the woman, so if you not, turned on, it's my fault. But if I'm not turned on, it's also my fault. She was like, yeah, you must be sassy or you must be, GA. Wow, like, yo, that's crazy. But like, I like what you touched on. Like you said, I like that self gratification, because there's a reason why corn is free. Ain't nothing else free for real, but corn is free. A lot of men need to wake up to that. Attention is actually not a bad thing, fellas.
Yeah, when you're sitting there and think about how many men actually self gratify themselves. Like, to be honest, they always say like, "Yo, I got to knock one off before I go in the bathroom before I get with old girl." What's up, Derek? Um, it's not a good sign. It is not a good sign. So just to let you know, thank you for coming in, Derek. I would love for you to come up there for this one. Um, is ED a men's health issue or a relationship issue? That is the topic today, this morning. What's up, nephew? Welcome in. Welcome in, cover girl.
What's up, Mom? What's up?
We in the building.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah,
Can you hear me, Bill?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, sister.
So this is actually a phenomenal topic. I'm retired.
from the healthcare profession, and I've dealt with a lot of this. And a lot of the issues that I hear from men is underlining health issues that they didn't go to the doctor, didn't take care of themselves, self care. Another is when you have multiple partners, high cholesterol, anything that affects the blood flow. Also, as it relates to a lot of women, um, women don't understand that men have mental health issues as well. There are times when, we don't know what they deal with when they are at work or things like that. They come home, they just may need to sit in their car for about 10, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes an hour, just to get their thoughts together. They come home, and the first thing that they get hit with is, oh, you should supposed to have been home, an hour ago. What you got going on? Because he don't want to talk at that time. I think that the best thing to do is allow him that space to deal with whatever it is that he needs to deal with. But as women, we sometimes tend to, the first thing we do is, oh, so you're talking to somebody else. Oh, it's one of those things where he's just like, I just need that mental time to myself. I just need to process, this day. I just need to just kind of figure out, some things. Just let me have that time. There's a reason why a lot of men have what they call a man cave. And they have that man cave because that's that time that they want to spend, thinking about things, their thought process, how they want to move. See, there was always this saying that, women can think like a man, but a man can't think like a woman. That is BS all day long. I can't think like Velvet. I can't think like Ford. I can't think like The Truth or 757. I don't know what they have going on. And men can't think like us. We are not mind readers, and we are not we don't have that gift to where I can tell you, Velvet, what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. When a lot of men, and I'm just speaking from a professional standpoint, from what I've heard men tell me, a lot of men, they process things differently than us women do. And from a lot of things that I've heard, it's like that ED is one of those things where men feel like their masculinity has been stricken. It has been taken from them because they cannot perform um, like they want to perform. And then they get criticism from these women and get put down. No man wants to go through that. No man wants to feel like his masculinity has been stricken from him. And as women, our job is to support him and to help him figure out what steps can we take that another woman is involved. So now we want to go through his phone. This is when his mental really kicks in. We want to go through his phone. Now we want to start badgering him, making assumptions, get on the phone with our girlfriends. And you know what I see his Lotus, and we know what these girlfriends are going to feed us is a whole lot of BS. Yep. So a lot of it is mental from that woman. And yes, all day long. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you, sister. I appreciate it. This is a different conversation. Normally I'd be trying to go hard in the paint, but this morning, we got to start educating each other, and sometimes we got to hear from men and women alike. What is the cause of this? So, is ED a men's health issue or a relationship issue? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. I want to get a little professional today. It's Saturday. So we have an open floor, which means anybody can speak, but as long as we can hear the person that speak. Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue. You got to come off mute, sister. There we go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sis?
I'm good, thank you. Good to see you all. I just want to share something for 1 minute. When it comes to ED,
it's important for a man to know the woman that they're with, because a lot of women don't want it like that. You know what I mean? Like, some women are comfortable with the fact that things don't work as well, especially as we get older. ED usually comes with men that are mature. Me, myself, as a mature woman, I'm 55 years old. I promise you I couldn't care less, right? I'm more in tune with the connection, the vibe between us, the energy, the trust, all those different things. I could care less about something going wrong down there. When it happens, cool. So for the men that's like single and you're concerned that you're not going to be able to find a good relationship in your mature age because of that problem, get to know that sister, because she may not care. I know I don't. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. I gotta go do my own thing.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sister. I'll drop you
Of
out.
course.
That's my girl. That's my girl, Roxy. Always Roxy be doing it. But no, I want to say something which is kind of true though. A lot of times, men, when we get a certain age, we feel like we're losing it. And the sad part about it is we feel like, yo, you know, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s, man. I don't know how long this thing gonna work. But to be honest, as long as you take care of yourself and take care of your body, it can still work. It ain't gonna stop. Only thing that stops is it starts here. It starts in the mind. And then if you're not taking care of yourself fully and you're just letting yourself go, what do you expect? If you become obese, like, you can't say you was always fat overweight as a child, but as you got bigger, you noticing that just your joints start shrinking and all of a sudden because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not. And brothers need to start truly taking care of their bodies. And stop playing with themselves and stop sitting. I got to massage me. You know, all that stuff plays a part. All them pills, all the stuff that you're taking. And when it comes to the women, this is what we always say: that safe space can actually save us a little bit too. Can actually save your marriage. It can save your relationship. But a lot of times when we are dealing with certain women, to be honest, it's like, yo, you just took it's you take me out the mood. And when you take a man out the mood one time, it's hard for him to get back in that mood. I'm just saying. Like I said, it's an open floor. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Anybody can speak.
Yeah, I think what's up, Doc? What's up, man? Hey, listen, I'm just thinking in the aspect where you absolutely right. We as men, like, we definitely gotta, practice, sexual maturity, like resistance and things of that nature. Not being tempted to temptation. And I was thinking about what you just said as far as like us not, masturbating. That definitely isn't something that we should be doing, right? Getting addicted to corn, And then I think about too, like I remember, cause I used to have a massage business, and I remember the ladies used to come in and they used to have conversations with me, right? And that's one of the things that the lady was saying. It was about sex, right? And she had asked me, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm just dealing with something. She was like, how can I put it? You know how she was overly, no, you know how if a woman used the rose too much, she'll become numb. I think a woman told me that, and it's the same concept of we masturbate, where she'll be numb. So we kind of work the same, but we're just differently. That makes sense?
Right.
And then I was trying to touch on something that the nice lady had said. Dang, I forgot, because I was driving to go get some tires. But I had to jump on this dog because you got my mind spinning on the aspect of what we were talking about the other day. You always catch at the wrong time too.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, at the end of the day, when it comes to us as men, man, it's a major issue when it comes to laying down with women. Our testosterone levels go down as we get older. That's number one. So that's why they say the best greens to eat, honestly, to me, from what I've heard, is kale. Kale, Brazilian nuts, those things keep your testosterone levels up. If a lot of men don't know that. And probably a lot of brothers don't know what Brazilian nuts are, to be honest. Yeah. It's those things like that keeps your testosterone level up. So, like, and the funny thing is, like, when you look on TikTok and all these others, they got all these pills and all this other stuff. Oh, take this. Oh, take that. Take this. Like, why am I taking all that for? If it's not FDA approved, why am I popping these pills and taking all this other stuff that they be trying to sell you on here? I mean, last I checked, all natural is the best thing for you. anything from the earth. But come on,
It
sister,
is.
welcome in.
I'm sorry.
No,
Good
you
morning,
good. No,
everyone.
come on, sister, please, welcome in.
I jumped in right there because one, I'm an herbalist, and that is true. A lot of people get into the medication or Western medication because that's what you were raised on. In our ancestral, we're all going backwards and we're taking time now. This generation is taking time now to go back to what we were taught growing up. A lot of it was taken away from us. If you think back to being a kid and your grandmother had all these bottles in her kitchen with this fruit and these flowers in it, we thought it was for decoration, not knowing it was actually medication. When you got sick in the beginning of the winter, she could tell you, go over and get that bottle and give you this spoonful of nasty stuff. Come to find out it was really just olive oil that has been soaking for a long time. So that's one of the main things that you just mentioned that need to get back, not just for men, but for women as well. Back to on your herbals and realizing medication, God gave you everything you needed for your body to come from the earth. To answer your prompt question, it's both, I believe. The problem is men are ego and pride. And when they have a problem with that area, it bothers their ego because you're fighting with yourself. The first fight begins with himself. Like, why he has to figure out why is this happening to himself, and in the fight in his head is, oh, I know this ain't happening to me. That got to work if nothing else works. So the first fight is with himself, which brings out the mental part. It's no different from us women. When we go through menopause, our body is attacking us and there's nothing we can do about it. We have to learn it. And we don't even know how to explain it to the partner because we ain't figured it out yet. We can't explain, I don't want to be touched right now. I don't want to be cuddled right now. I don't want this, I don't want that. Because our body is attacking us. We're going through hot flashes. We're going through night sweats. We're going through all these different things that are biologically, and then it makes us feel less than a woman, as well as if his junk don't work, he begins to feel less than a man. And all these doubts come in our heads with ourselves, not so much as our spouse, but with ourselves. The first fight is with ourselves. Then once you figure out, okay, communication is real big. And if you're not communicating with yourself, one thing you can't do, two people you can't lie to, yourself and God. And when you begin to doubt yourself and don't communicate with yourself in your thought process, that spills over to your partner. Because now your outer actions are coming out and you're acting out in aggression or insecurities or doubt. And that's a problem. Instead of communicating, hey, I don't know why this is happening. But if you can't identify it for yourself, you can't identify it for your partner. I totally agree with the young lady that was on, and she was like, the men get off work and they want to sit in their car and take a breather before coming in. That actually worked both ways in my aspect. Now I'm over 50 and I lost my husband, but before I lost my husband, I was married for 22 years.
But
And
I want to say this though. I mean, a lot of times we respectfully, sister. This morning we trying to get to the point of what we're talking about, and respectfully, I hear what you're saying, and I thank you, truly, for real, because I like hearing from women that has an idea of what's going on, and when it comes to relationship, yes, us men we go through a lot, we deal with a lot, we have so much pressure on us during the course of the day, and sometimes when a woman constantly rejects a man because we understand that your women go through certain things that you go through with your bodies. Respectfully, we understand that. But sometimes, when a man needs it, when a man needs a fulfilled needed at that time, and she can't do that, he has to go do other things. And I'm not saying step outside the relationship. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not going to say he's going to go out there and cheat. What I'm going to say is he's going to get up, he's going to go to the bathroom, he's going to grab that bottle of lotion, he's going to go in there and self-gratify himself. That is not good. That's not healthy for a man. That is not. I don't know what some brothers think that is healthy, but it's not. Whoever told you that is crazy. That is one of the most unhealthiest things you can do to yourself. That's why it's called self-gratification. And if you don't know, it is a sin. To please yourself, to give yourself pleasure. That's the reason why that's the reason why you have a partner, because this person, this woman is supposed to give you the pleasures that your heart, that your body desires, and vice versa. Good morning, my brothers. Brother Ford, DJ, what's going on? Welcome in, guys. But hey, 7-5, you had your hand up, brother. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to one thing she said. I won't be going with it. Just when she was saying something about menopause, and I do understand how that affects women. The only thing I would say in general, I think the difference is that men are looked at as less of a man from their spouse versus how I think a lot of men won't look at their wife as less of a woman due to menopause. That's just my opinion, my observation.
Mm. Can you repeat that, please, my brother?
In general, this is just in general. I think, if we get honest, a lot of men will be looked at as less of a man due to that circumstance, versus a lot of women are not going to be seen as less of a woman by their spouse, by their husband.
Mm.
Menopause, that just doesn't happen in general.
Right, and I believe. I thank you for that, my brother. I believe this though. See, I think a lot of us men become embarrassed when we realize it's not. Oh, yo, I can't get up. Like, what the heck is going on? See, right there, it's a mental thing, yo. I can't get up. You could be with a bad chick. She can be bad as all outdoors, but it's something about her, that energy. A lot of times, it may not even be us. It's just the energy, the vibe that we get from this woman, and we just can't get it where we want to get to. And she could be bad. And you know what? Sometimes, just sometimes, some brothers think that, yo, I ain't gonna be able to satisfy her. That's why they can't get it where they want to get to as well. It's a lot of it plays a mental part within ourselves, and we don't even realize it. Because it can be one chick that we'll look at and be like, yo, I can't get right with shorty. But then we can see a whole another chick, and next thing you know, our joint is at attention for no, like, yo, how that happen? I didn't even take nothing. It's that energy. Sometimes, just sometimes, the pheromones from a person, from a man or a woman, it's not, there's no connection there. She can, like I said, she can be beautiful. She can have the most slammingest body, but at the end, but in reality, when you are with this person, that chemistry just don't kick. It don't click in. And I think also women need to start understanding and not embarrass your man and be like, oh, you can't get it up. What's wrong with you? That's exactly what attitudes play a lot of part in this as well. Y'all may not understand it. I know we talked about attitudes yesterday, but it's true. It goes hand in hand. Your attitude will destroy that man's drive, because he's like, yo, I don't want to lay down with this woman. And then when you try to get sexy with your man, I'm gonna land there. What's up? Y'all got it.
I got something here. I think but a lot of people have to understand, a lot of men's value is based on, and this is what we hear, a lot of men's value is based on how much money they make or how well they are at bed. And when you are, and then when you're living a life where you're fairly stressful, that can be very stressful sometimes. Man, to your point, Velvet, the energy has to be right. The energy has to be right. First and foremost, if we're talking about ED, people need to make sure they're going to the doctor and checking all those things that they need to check to make sure that they're solid that way. And if they are solid health-wise, then it's an energy issue, or maybe, I don't know, maybe cats is, much corn. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people have to understand, and I think to 757's point, this is very something that we hear quite often, where if a man's going through something, they're considered less than. Whereas as opposed to a woman going through menopause or perimenopause, it's just something that, hey, we got to deal with and help the sister go through this. And that could be a little bit difficult for men as well in those situations. I'll end there.
No, beautifully said.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes. Good morning. Welcome in.
Love has to be the centerpiece, because there'll be some times where women have "don't touch me," and men pressure to perform can be down. And if there's no love there, then what are you doing? Because it's always the case. Well, she can keep it in longer than you can keep it up. I mean, she can keep it in longer than you can keep it up. That's always the thing. So the pressure on a man performing has been since, I don't know, since they started. Back when I was young, I used to hear the guys talk about the horny goat weed. They've been taking horny goat weed and yellow jackets since they were 15, since they started.
Well, you
And
better
at that time,
stop telling
now
your
they're
age.
now they're 40 and 50, and now there's a problem. So the pressure to perform since they started could be a factor, but it has to be both sides. Understanding, hey, listen, I can't go at this time. Come back later. Hey, I'm hot right now. Come back later. So if love is not the centerpiece, then there's always going to be a conflict, because number one, she can keep it in longer than he can keep it up. That's always the case.
Hey, bro, can I jump in here?
Come on, baby, let's go. That's what we need. We need men. This is what it's all about, brothers. Really, let's go. You got it.
I'm loving the topic, and I'm gonna be honest and short because I've dealt with this. Because I dealt with this, and I was wondering what the heck going on. I can't get it up, and then I had 5 heart attacks and realized that my diet was what was killing me, what was holding my blood flow back.
Come on, bro.
So I'm eating all that swine. I'm eating all them fried foods and things of that nature. And then they had to do a quadruple bypass, and that helped, clear that out. But diet has a lot to do with it. But I don't think we get enough credit as men to say sometimes you got to touch my mental. If you ain't touching my mental, little Ro ain't getting up for you. And I don't think we get enough credit for that.
We don't. And the thing about it is, we can blame ourselves, but also we can also, I'm not saying put a blame on a woman, but like, baby, why are you cooking all this stuff? It's not good for us. It's not good for me, but then you're the first one to talk about how big I'm getting, but look at what you're feeding me. And then sometimes you got women that don't cook, so now I got to go outside and got to eat this outdoor crap. I got to go to the Burger Kings, the McDonald's, the KFC, the Popeyes, the Wendy's, all this other stuff, and even going to restaurants. Right? That doesn't mean just because you go into a restaurant that the food is healthy. It's the same thing. So I'm not even getting the proper nutrients that I'm supposed to get. So now all of a sudden, Mr. Jones can't rise. Now, Mr. Jones, and then the funny part is this. You ever notice when it happens, you're a woman, oh, something wrong with you down there? Maybe you should go see a doctor. Well, maybe you should start doing things differently.
Amen.
It's like they try to make sometimes, not blaming on every woman. Sometimes, women think that it's our problem. But sometimes it can be you as well.
And that's the part that they miss, because I was just on earlier with a group of people, and they were talking about, should a broke man date?
You know what? I don't even want to hear. I know about all that.
A woman cannot. You're not designed to be in this world by yourself. So therefore, it should always be a two-way street. You can't take care of yourself, and he shouldn't take care of yourself, as you said earlier. So there has to be, hey, I need you. Hey, I need you.
All right. So I know, so Brother Derek. What's up, my brother? Welcome
yes, sir.
in.
Yes, sir. I woke up for this, bro.
Okay, the floor is yours. Well, thank you for waking up for this one.
So the medical stuff, right? I agree with everybody. I'm not I'm very aware of the topic, but that's not my expertise because I'll probably say something wrong. But the psychological part of it, I think, is a part that a lot of us either miss or we don't even know that it's happening that way. But we can actually look at how we move and how we behave to kind of see like what that is. But when people talk about something like communication in a relationship, that could, and when I say communication, I mean how we conflict and then who we become outside of the multiple conflicts over time. If you do not resolve it, you hold it. And when you hold it, sometimes that affects even how you see your partner. That person that you fell in love with becomes an enemy combatant. That person you love with becomes a person that triggers your inner child or your trauma. And you don't talk about it, it's going to sit inside of you. And then if I look at you that way, I'm not going to really feel like doing much. Because I remember, and I know this is just how some men think. If I can't be fully free with you, and then that affects how I'm attracted to you, even though I'm still in the house and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, blah, 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 then as a human, when we're triggered so much, and it's mostly our fault because we don't know the language, maybe we don't know how to bring it out so that you can resolve, then I got to cope with it. And that's where the corn comes in, that's where the whatever comes in, and then it's a cycle, because then the corn then affects performance too. So now you got two things at the same time. The way that she would perceive it, because you haven't said anything about anything you want to resolve, she think you're not attracted to her. She thinks something wrong. She think you cheating because you don't have the words or the language, and maybe you do and you just don't want to say it. And then you want to show up one day and perform, and all that stuff is in your head, and now you can't. And then it's a double whammy. And then the other thing is, when you have these conflicts, we forget how it affects them, right? When we conflict and how they come out of it. And then they may look at you and say, you know what, babe, I'm good. And then you're looking at her like, oh. And then it becomes a cycle because both of y'all ain't really, at this point, talking. You're just reacting. And so when you see her react to you because maybe you did something to trigger her, now you're going to go get the corn. Now you think something wrong, so then it becomes this cycle when the solution becomes how really connected are you, and are you willing to have those dialogues around the things that hurt? Because we as men, we're not going to admit that we hurt. When we had an argument, we just going to be like, you know what, whatever, we good, and you're going to keep it moving. But your mind and your body is still holding on to that. And that too can affect performance. And then if you have that on you, then you add on some medical stuff. Now you like, I don't even know what the hell going on now. So I land.
Nah, bro, you.
Communication is key. Communication is key. Like he was saying, it has to be talked about. And some people in the beginning of the relationship, I don't want to talk about that. It's too early. Time is always a negative in a positive situation. Because if you don't get these things out of the way first, like, hey, how do you like this? How do you like that? What are we going to do here? And that's the problem. They start worried about time. Like, we can't talk about this now. No, we need to talk about this now, because we don't talk about this now, then it's going to hurt us later. Because then you would have known that it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Or he full humps in a slow ground and he tapped out. You would have gotten these things out of the way. And with talking about it, and then, now y'all can work on some things.
Right,
yeah, that's how my brother relationship ended, because he let things build up. Right? And then he didn't know how to communicate about things, and he just let it build up. Never communicated or talk about things, and then he started acting in ways of doing certain things that things affecting his relationship. He didn't think about it, but he do now. Especially after she's gone, and he was trying to get her back. I was like, nah, it's over, bro. It's over.
I think when it comes to us in relationships too, I think we want to blame the women sometimes when we break up, but a lot of time we as individuals, we got to just start taking responsibility for the actions that we put in. If you know that you're a man that you cannot satisfy a woman and you're trying to do things just to please her, that's and it's only in the bedroom, that's a problem for you. That's a you problem as a man, because my pleasures come from a woman being pleased, not just from the physical part, but just being with me, period. I am pleased by that. And a lot of times we feel that, I got to do this in the bedroom. I got to do this in the bedroom. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of brothers don't understand either. That nobody said right now is the doubting yourself, because you may look at yourself and think that I may not be big enough for this woman. So that right there plays a major part within your own head. Yeah, we're gonna touch on all the bases this morning. A lot of men that think that, I'm not well endowed, and this woman, the way she talking, I gotta be one of them brother put that work in. And then sometimes we look at the size of a woman and think, she's built like this, she probably like big boys, and I may not be big enough to satisfy this chick. Or if you look at this chick, but she, listen, all this stuff plays a part. Come on, fellas, talk to me.
Now that's the thing that I was saying, like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Like I said, it has to be a conversation because until you get into that, but they're so caught up in time. Like, oh, it's too early for that. Oh, it's too early for that.
But you know what though? I think women play a major part in that too when they start talking about, oh, I need this, I need that, I want an elephant trunk, I want a baby arm, and all this other crap. Like, knowing doggone well half of y'all can't even handle it.
I'm gonna be back when I get in my studio.
All right, nephew, I got you. I'll drop you out. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, why would y'all be trying to talk about stuff that y'all know that y'all really truly can't even handle? But y'all already put this thing in this man's head. Like, oh man, she want that, and then they start doubting. Like, I don't know if I could do all that. Like, I know somebody
Because
wants. Go ahead.
They want the things that can't last, things that you can't hold on to, like protection. Protection becomes second class. Love becomes second class, and gratification, bedroom gratification, become first class, and that's where the problem come in at. Like, yeah, I want a baby's arm, but then what does that get you? Can that hold you at night? Will that wash the dishes? Will that put gas in your car? Will that cut the grass? A baby arm. So it's all about self gratification.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, what's
Good
up?
morning.
Good morning, sister.
I just wanted to say, really quickly, I believe Brother Ford was trying to get
Yeah.
in there, so we're gonna yield the floor to him.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sister. All right. So yes, give me a second, mother. My brother Ford was speaking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I apologize. I wasn't even watching. Thank you, love. You got the floor, Ford. He gonna make us wait.
Move on.
Okay. So go ahead, mother. You got the floor.
I was just agreeing with that communication was the key. It is, but also when you come into a relationship, I always like to refer it as in, let's say if you're going to a restaurant and then you expect change, sometimes in certain situations it's going to require communication, but sometimes that's selfish because you expect me to give you something or you expect me to deliver something to you that you already knew that I couldn't. I think that communication should be acknowledged and done at the beginning of a relationship so you know what you're walking into, you know what to expect, and you know how it's coming. Now, later on in life, things do change, people do change. And that's where the communication really comes in at because now you want to know or you want to.
But sister, hold on. I'm not gonna walk into a relationship telling a woman, well, I got 9 inches, I got 13 inches. I'm not doing all that. That don't make no. I mean, to me, it don't make no sense. What you can't, and a woman ain't gonna sit there, go up to a man talking about, well, I like a brother that's thick. He gotta have an eggplant. All of, like, really, like, shorty, what? Because in my mind, if you want all that, like, what been running up in you? Now you good?
In fact, I wasn't speaking on that. I was speaking about the relationship. I wasn't speaking. See, I just tuned in. I didn't know we were talking about genitals.
We're not. See, you gotta read the sister. You gotta read the room.
Lord have mercy.
You gotta read the room, sister. We're not talking about. Oh, just give us a second.
You don't expect the man to come in with.
No. Listen. Hold on, listen. Just hear what we're going to say right now. Is ED a man's health issue or relationship issue? We're talking about erectile dysfunction, sister.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so sit back for a little bit. Let some of the brothers talk, and then we'll come back to you respectfully. Brother Ford, what's up, my man?
I'm going to say, my bad.
No, you good.
I'm going to say a couple of things. I'm going to say it's both. The answer to that question is both. Because we got to make sure that we're healthy, not only physically, but mentally. And when we're working through stuff, I saw this at the barbershop. It's funny. I told my barber I was going to use this one in the live. You know, we trying to work through stuff with each other in relationships and whatever you got going on. And whatever you don't repair, you repeat. And that gets old. If you're not repairing some of the stuff that you guys are going through, where, you know, maybe someone's feelings got hurt, if you're not addressing those things and really working on pouring into each other and making sure people are healed from those things, and anything outside that's happened to us even before we've even gotten into that situation, we will repeat it. And so it's so important to have good communication and transparent conversation, so two people are in the right mindset to be able to perform, and they have to be in tune with each other. Because yes, out of all people, women know how it feels when your body does not react to the way a man touches you, because it just ain't there. The energy ain't there. Women know that.
God safe. Call me if you need me.
I guarantee you, women know that, but that happens with men as well. I'll land there. I just want to add on to what my brother Ford said. Well said too. I think like touched on this both, but you know, I think I just want a lot of women who talking about this topic to think before they think about the relationship aspect, to think about that man's mental health, his physical health, because to get to that point, that means this is something. There's got to be something going on. There's got to be something deeper going on. That doesn't just happen for us. A lot of times, men, like I said, it happens over time with age and things of that nature. But that should be the focal point. That should be the focal point more than, you know, how it's affecting you. Not that that doesn't matter, but that should be the same way for us when a woman's going through menopause, something like that. We're trying to be there and focus on her. I think we do that too often as well, where we look at how we're feeling based off situation. Well, they're going through this, and now I can't go out places, and now that we can't do this, so this is how this is affecting me. Versus, all right, well, this person is my loved one is going through something, and this is how they're being affected by this first. It's hitting him before it's hitting her.
I think men shouldn't be afraid to express to the women that they're with, like what's truly going on. You know, stop tap dancing around the question. Stop tap dancing and let them really know, like, hey, it's something that you are not doing. Sometimes we got to be, because if I love you, I should be able to tell you how I truly feel. If that's not what women be saying, well, why don't men just tell us how we feel? So if you are a man and you in love with this woman, but you know that you having performance problems, you need to let your woman know, like, hey, babe, look, we need to have a conversation, because apparently when I met you, everything was working fine, but it's something that you're not doing right now. Or actually, babe, you know what? I'm going through something right about it, because guess what? Don't come for me if I'm not performing the way I was. Of course, as we get older, our performances change. We're never going to what we did in our 20s, we ain't gonna do in our 40s and 50s. Respectfully, you might get maybe one or two, but hey, enjoy those one or two. The problem is, it's not even a it's not even, how can I say it? I'm not going like a disease or anything, but this is something that can be changed at the drop of a hat in reality. And a man truly can. We can switch it up. We can turn it off and get back to who we are. But we have to get back to who we are. That's the first and foremost. And we have to remember, we have to go back and find ourselves. Because a lot of times we lose ourselves in different relationships, dealing with different women, laying up and then running in different vaginas as many as possible, which is crazy. And sometimes you lose your sex drive and don't even realize that you lost it, because of your performance is not there no more. When we get older, we still thinking that we can perform as these young, but we can't do it. I don't care. Listen, dudes be talking about, yo, I'm 50, I still get it in. Yeah, getting it in and doing certain things is two different things, bro. Some dudes can't even perform properly, so they only resort to one thing and one thing only. And I gotta say it, some men know that they cannot perform properly, so all they want to do is have a woman giving him fellations. That's it. Yo, as long as she can give me some top, I'm good. Huh? So you rather have a woman mouth on you than actually get? Is to me? I mean, let's be honest, fellas. Is that not a problem?
That's definitely a problem. That's definitely a problem. You go in there and keep cooking, bro. I would say this too. I think a lot of men will think about the energy aspect when it comes to self gratification, because after you do that, you're releasing energy. Your seed is literally energy. You're literally creating a life with that. So it ain't like you just spitting out water like that. When you do that, the more you do that, and they know that. That's the reason why corn is free. Water ain't even free. You got to go pay for a bottle of water, but if you pay your phone bill, you can get online and scroll and look at anything you want to for free. A lot of men got to think about that as a trap because you feel like less of a man in that moment. If the more you do that, and it's not saying less of a man, but I won't say less of a man, but you feel your energy is down in that moment. Like that's the reason why we want to go to sleep, get a sandwich, so on and so forth. But the more you do that, it messes with your mental and it does mess with your energy.
Dude, because the funny part is, a man will. No, come on, DJ. I know you want to say something. I yield the mic to you, my brother. Come on.
Yeah, I was just gonna jump in here and say that there's an intimacy about honesty that's lacking in relationships nowadays. I can't be honest with her. I can't tell her what I'm going through. And so when I can't do that, mentally, I'm turning myself off from being a true man. I'm being less of a man. So now my little man ain't working because I don't feel a certain way. And then I blame it on her. Well, she ain't making me feel this way. If you were honest from the jump and said what you want, hey, I like to do freaky stuff. I like to do this. We should be out here, because if it's the relationship, I'm pleasing you, you're pleasing me. But when I'm scared to be myself, I become less of a man, and it shows in other areas of life.
Let me tell you something too, and I love that. See, when we share, and it's like sometimes we don't. Sometimes, to be honest, some men don't know how to communicate with their woman. Let's just be real. We got to call a spade a spade. Some of us don't know how to communicate because we don't all speak the same language. And sometimes we have to express it the way that we express it, and some women don't understand it. Thus was another part of us getting frustrated, and we'd be like, "Oh, you know what? I can't talk to you." And it's like we can truly talk to y'all, but it has to, in some way, form or fashion. Sometimes women just need to sit back and hear what their man has to say, so he can release that energy. Let him just say what he has to say without you responding back, because sometimes your response back is not good, is not right for that moment. Not everything needs a response, ladies. To be honest, we're talking from a man's point of view. Not everything needs to be. Not everything needs. Everything does not need to be a response when a man speaks to you. Sometimes he's just trying to release. He's trying to like, listen, I just want to create this safe space where I can say what I need to say so I can get this out of me, so I can be better for you, so I can do what I need to do. And when it comes to the corn thing, I'm gonna tell you the fattest part about this is when men watch so much corn that they're more attracted to the women on the videos than they are you, and they lose attraction to you because you are not doing the things that you need to do for your man. And a lot of women, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, some things you are not. It's some of the smaller things that this man been telling you that he does not like. But sometimes, just sometimes, some of your women don't hear where your man doesn't like certain things, but just still do it anyway, and then gets upset when you get where I'm going from right now. It's a lot of things that causes ED for men. It's a lot of it, and a lot of it has to do in relationships. Yes, in your relationship, you don't even realize how you've been going 6-7 months without none, and this man has been trying, and then the moment that he tries, and all of a sudden he only lasts 2 or 3 minutes, and you're mad. Oh, you only gave me 5 minutes of pleasure, but sweetheart, it's been like the past 6-7 months. I ain't touched you. I haven't touched you. You know, if women really know what intimacy is to a man, I'm gonna tell you a few things that will keep your man, number one, attracted to you, and that will keep your man wanting you. The rubbing of his face, his chest, putting your head in his chest, hugs, just little small touches that the small touches. Walk by your man if he's standing. Walk by your man if he's standing. Rub your booty across his joint. Just gracefully, just slide across him. Give him that look. Even sometimes that look, just looking up at your man and give him those little things. He'd be like, It brings that man to attention. Not just saying walk around with your little. Even if you walk around with your little tutu on and got just a little bit of the cheek shown. And he's looking at you, and he's watching. He could be watching the game, and when you see that double take, that game is no. He's Will you come? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
women stop. Listen, women stop doing that. They don't do that no more. They don't. And the sad part about it is when your man starts losing interest in you is because he feels like, wait a minute, you dressing like this to go outside, but you ain't dressing like this for me. Make it make sense. You going out with your girls, but you looking a little spontaneous with your girls, but you ain't doing that for me. Make it make sense. Come on, ladies. It ain't always the man. Just sometimes. You throw that little outfit on and you just entice your man. It's all about the enticing.
See, what's crazy, bro, is like we know this and we see this a lot of times where if she's not turned on, it's my fault. If I'm not turned on, it's also my fault. That's crazy to me. That alone is why that issue ends up cycling and keeps on repeating itself as well, because a lot of women don't want to hear that, but you touched on a lot for it as well. And it's so many other things to it. It ain't always just health. It ain't always just mental. Like you said, if you're disrespecting me or you're not doing the little things the same way you want us to do little things, we human the same way you are. If there's things that we did in the beginning, and it's not to say that's to say to that same capacity, but if it just stops completely, like the little things you did to show me that you're still interested, it's gonna change. It's gonna change the way I look at you, the way I feel about you, and we understand as well. We have to hold our square. If we fall off, then you're gonna lose attraction to us. And say we gain too much weight or gain weight, all those things. But it's the same on y'all and as well for us too. And not to say that you can't give me time, give me grace, but we gotta factor all that in. You can't just say it's my fault all the time. It's my fault if you're not right. It's also my fault if I ain't right.
Right. And the thing,
May
and
I chime in?
yes, please, sister.
So I love everything that you guys are saying. And as I'm listening, I'm thinking of all of that can still be good, right? There's not a disrespect issue. There's not a strain in the relationship. But I feel like there are times where people get complacent and sex becomes more of a chore and an obligation than actually enjoying the experience with their partner. Because that's exactly what it is. It should be an experience. We focus on the actual, I'm trying to use TikTok friendly words. We're adults, the act, right? The actual act, the penetration. But we know that begins, like you said, 757 said, that begins long before you go to the bedroom, before you're laying down. Like you said, it's the plane, the build up. That's all intimacy. And as we move in our relationship, I believe that's where a lot of the disconnect comes from. And if you continue on in that manner, then yes, your sex life will then begin to suffer. So I say this a lot. A lot of things can be solved with as simple as some bedroom play. And that doesn't mean, go get face down. Bedroom play is everything, the foreplay, right? And foreplay isn't just fellatio. Like you said, it's the rubbing of the beard. It's him caressing you. It could be you giving him a pedicure. I mean, you have full creative control on how you want the intimacy to be with your partner and maintain it. So you just have to think outside of the box. Yes, we get comfortable because the whole goal is longevity, right? You want to be with this person for life, whatever that looks like. But you get caught up in the mundane and the day-to-day, and you forget you still have to nurture a person. You still have to nurture a relationship. And a part of that relationship is the snack. It has to be there. That's what bonded you in the beginning, right? When we're talking about snacks, like stay with me here, that solidified the bond. That's how you got that closeness. But it just wasn't the act, it was the intimacy. So if you get back to the basics, then you can rebuild. I land.
No, and that's the problem. Some people, and this is where that I got comfortable in my relationship happens. With men and women alone, where they get comfortable, and they stop doing certain things. Because think about, what did you do to get this woman? Think about, what did you do to get this man? Like, what you was, I gotta put this on, I gotta do this, I'm gonna do all these things. And then when you get with the person, you get comfortable and all those things stop between both of y'all. The man becomes lazy, he just wanna sit in his lazy boy and drink a beer and eat chips and watch the game. The woman, she wants to do her own thing. Like, it's a lot. You have to get back. And sometimes you don't even have to take a trip. You can take it, you can do things in your home. It's not all about, well, we need to get out the house to go do something. No, you can do it right there in the comfort of your home, because that's where it started, in the comfort of your home. Well, you can, you know what? My baby's coming. She's at work. I'm going to get a nice bottle of wine. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to run this hot bubble bath for her. I'm going to have the rolls. I'm going to put some candles around the tub. I know I'm going to mess up the crib. She's going to be mad. But I'm going to go buy about 10 dozen of roses, pop the rose petals off through the, soon as she come in the house, have all the lights off, and just be standing there with a box of chocolate, you know what I'm saying, with my favorite boxes, throw my favorite cologne, you know, like just something as a man. And as a woman, she could do the same thing. Like the sister said, you have to keep that relationship spicy. It's not all about the penetration all the time. It's the fact, it's just the act of knowing, like, yo, my heart still flutters for you. Because sometimes we feel like, yo, our woman ain't attracted to us no more. And then this is the reason why sometimes men step outside and start talking to other women, because the other woman is fulfilling that satisfaction that he's not getting at home. And we're not blaming, and I'm not saying like, yo, it's your ladies, it's your fault. Sometimes that man plays the part too, because he's not doing his part to even show interest, or showing interest in his lady, or showing him or telling her like, yo, baby, look, you know, or trying to do things to spice her up, because it goes both ways. I gotta keep it buck. We can't just sit here as men and want to be selfish, like, you know, nah, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing. But what part are you playing as a man? Is the reason why she's not doing something.
Can I say something real quick?
What's up, Coach? Welcome in.
What's good? What's good? Hey, as a coach, I train about 90% of women. What you said is actually 100%. I agree with everything you just mentioned. I can't rebuttal anything you're saying. It's 100%. Based on what I've seen, especially in the fitness career, also outside of that, I get a lot of women. Some of them are single, some of them are in relationships, some of them are married, and I can see in their eyes and how they carry themselves. They lack something. They lack something that their husband not giving them at home. Sometimes they're working out and their husbands or their workmen not matching their energy, so they end up coming to the gym. Sometimes they meet people even at the gym, and that usually the vehicle that causes a lot of people to cheat. Sometimes your girl might want you to, maybe she's into a fitness journey, she wants to drag you along, and you're not doing that. You just going to work. You're thinking that's the only thing you need to provide. Just provide, that's it. But you're not working out. You're not doing anything productive. You're not, you know, you guys not stimulating each other. So I 100% agree with that. And I've seen a lot of women end up trying to make a pass at me, even though they're married or in a relationship, because in their eyes, their mind, I fulfill all of those things that they desire and what they're not getting from their man. So I agree with you.
It's a thing of, like, so ladies, I want to tell you this too. If your man, you can't just, and I gotta say this to some of y'all, because just in case y'all not really hearing what we're saying, and I'm gonna let maybe another woman up if that's okay with you, Lo, but you know, but then okay, guess not. I want to say this. You can't, if you haven't been intimate with your man, you can't just spring it on him right away, because it might turn him off. Because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Some things you have to slow walk. You have to gradually slow walk your man into, and vice versa. Okay. You have to truly slow walk your man. And men, you got to do the same thing with women. You can't just spring, because some women don't like surprises, especially if you haven't, if you man or woman haven't been doing anything intimate with your partner, but now all of a sudden you want to just come up in the bedroom, and then you want to just start doing stuff, and she's like, no, or you ladies at the same time, you haven't been touching your man. But I'm gonna tell you something different with a man, between a man and woman. Sometimes you haven't been touching your man, and you just come upstairs and you start doing stuff. He start looking at you like that, like, wait, hold up, and then he'll get into it. You know why? Because he's been waiting for that for so long. A lot of times we got to understand this, ladies, and I gotta say this. Men want to be treated sometimes like we treat y'all. Understand that. We want to be kissed on. You know, we want to be all that. We want to sometimes we just want to lay there and let you initiate all the action. We want that because it makes us feel wanted. The most important thing for one of the most important things for us as a man is I just want to feel wanted. And if you can make your man feel wanted, and like I said, it doesn't even have to be, you guys don't even have, it doesn't even have to be any penetration. It's the fact that he feels wanted. If he's sitting there and you walk by him and you rub his chest while you just walking by, he feels wanted. He wants to be touched. And if you are not touching your man, that is a problem for him. In his mind, like, yo, this woman don't really want me. I can't even get a proper hug from her. When you giving a man that you say that you with, that you love, that church hug, you don't know. If you don't know how to hug your man, that's a problem. But you can go and hug any other dude out there in the world, but you can't hug your man.
But that's one of the ultimate ways for a man to know he's desired. Because outside of that, not to say you can't show him cooking for him, things like that. Those things we do appreciate. Those things matter, but when you're not intimate with the man that loves you, it does start to feel like, so is it just about me taking care of you and providing for you, me protecting you, me doing these things? Because that's a major aspect to us. That's a major aspect to a man. Whether a lot of women believe it or not, like we give off different pheromones, like oxytocin and those things matter to us. So what they desire more from us, a lot of times, would be attention, emotional support, things like that, security, safety. But for a lot of us, you hear a lot of men say that their love language is physical touch. For a lot of us, like you said, just touching our bed, just showing us that you still want us in that way means a lot. Because if you take that away, then it's like, all right, so is it just about the money? Is it just about the protection? Is it just about the emotional security for you?
They don't see the.
I'm gonna say this: how you got each other is how you got to maintain it. So if you got each other and you were, your peak, you had your 6-pack abs, whatever it is that got you guys together, you have to maintain that. You can't. The problem with a lot of relationships is they get too comfortable. Like, I'm not saying that you gotta look like freaking Hollywood or something like that. What I'm saying is, however you got that relationship, that's how you have to maintain it. You can't be, as a man, even as men, we cannot afford to be mediocre or be too comfortable. We constantly have a job to do. So we can't be too comfortable in relationships.
But I want to say something though. You know, my body should not define how you feel about me. If you met me and I had a 6-pack and now I got a 1-pack, you should still be attracted to me. Or that means you were just attracted to my physical the entire time. See, that's one of the problems that a lot of us we go through. Because sometimes we get with people and we get a little comfortable and we stop doing certain things that we were doing. But was you truly attracted to me, or was you just attracted to my physical? Because some women, and that's the thing that some women think, well, baby, you getting too big. Hold up, time out. But did you ever look at yourself in the mirror? And that's where the detachment is. Because now you're judging me based on my body and not just me as an individual. You see what I'm saying? That's where you lost me, and that's where you lost her. Because you start looking at it, because sometimes you be like, dang, baby, you wasn't, your booty getting bigger and them things. But we may like it, but she may not like it because the way that you're saying it. Or and vice versa with a man. Dang, baby, what happened to your 6-pack? What happened to your abs? Well, guess what? My abs is gone, but I got a ab. Like, does it really matter?
Let me ask you this before I let you go. I like what you said, but I still believe it's degrees to it. There's levels to it. So I'm 220, 6'1". I'm trying to get to 200. If I go from 220 to 300, I would understand her not being attracted to me the same way. This is just my opinion. I feel like you said we have to, the same way we have to consider how we showing up for each other emotionally, mentally, all that stuff. I think we have to somewhat consider that as well, because if 300 to 200 is a very different look. Very different look. Just saying, bro. That's just, you know.
No, it is. Not that I can understand. But at the same token, though, to be real, it's like we got to start doing better. Stop being so doggone selfish when it comes to us, and when it comes to us with this power. Because men truly, what's up, Ali? Men truly have an erectile dysfunctional problem. And the most embarrassing thing is to actually sit there and tell the woman that you so-called love that you can't get it up. Let's just be real. What's up? Good morning, my brother. Welcome in. Jonathan, welcome in. And Lady D, welcome in. It's an open floor.
Good morning. Oh, one more thing. This is the most out of all the podcasts, all of the different panels I've been to, this one is the most, I guess, balanced. Not no yelling, no over talking. I like this panel a lot.
Because we grown folk and we don't play that over here. we adults. We do adult stuff on this side. Come on, brother.
I want to hit on 757s because I think protection comes in different variations, and I think a level of protection is if I am growing outside of the limits that you like or whatever. Men work off ego, so it's one thing to just tell me I'm fat. It's another thing to say, babe, let's take a walk, let's work out, because that's a level of protection that helps my mental. So now I know, oh, she down with me. She ain't just here for the protection, for the house, for the car, for the money and stuff. She's here for me. So when you protect my mental, now it opens up a door where I can protect you in other ways.
Come on, DJ. Come on, DJ. Tell him. Listen. Protect my mental. Come on, brothers. We got it. Y'all got it.
I ain't gonna lie though. Back in the days when I was, I was a savage. Now I'm changed, so it's not the same anymore. One thing I did notice, like in my early days when I was younger, is that you can get a woman to, get up there just by stimulating her mind first. So stimulation is key, not just in the physical bedroom, but stimulating her mind. You get her there first.
But here's the thing, though. I get what you're saying, but shouldn't that woman stimulate that man's mind in order for him to stimulate hers? Because what I'm hearing is we got to stimulate her, but we're talking about a man's erectile dysfunctional system. So me stimulating her, that's not helping me. That's still helping her. We as men, we need to be helped too. We got to understand, we need the exact same thing that we've been pouring into these women. And all of us, they need to pour back into us so we can feel like, hey, a woman desires me. One to me, and I want to feel desired as a man. Bottom line, I want to feel like you got to understand, brother. I want to feel like, yo, I'm that dude. Like, I'm all she wants. I'm all she needs. Men need to feel that. And a lot of men do not get that.
That's good.
That's straight talk.
That's true.
It's not everything behind butt is BS, brother. Nah. See, you a youngin'. You a young guy. You got to get it from the OGs first, brother.
Can I say something? Okay. 100%. Affection brings security. And I'll tell you where Velvet's talking about. What he's talking about is we want a woman to acknowledge us on every aspect and little stuff like the little stuff like I'll give you a quick example. You at a barbecue
and the boys over there, the girls over there, and she just comes up and just kisses you on your forehead and just acknowledge you. Just, how you doing? Are you okay, babe? You need anything? I'm good. And then walk away. And in front of everybody, that brings like security, like yeah, that's my boo. That's my boo. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like you want to feel like she's yours and you're hers. I'll drop it for her.
Listen, I'm gonna say it like this: it ain't even about smashing. Cause see, when a man wants to feel like that, he ain't thinking about it. It is not the sexual drive. It's his sexual drive, but it's not about it's about just feeling. Like, yo, you're sitting down and your man got a little thing on his beard. You, instead of you telling him, you just get up and take and wipe it off. This small, the women don't understand the smallest doggone things, y'all. It ain't even the big thing. For us, it's the smallest, the most minute thing. Listen, you could be sitting there and be looking at your man's feet and start cutting his toenails. Small stuff. That's all we ask for. It ain't about
hospitality of your man.
Thank you. That's it.
Of your man. If you could have hospitality of your man, and he has hospitality of your just have hospitality of your woman. Like me as a man, I just cater to my woman. I'm not see what it is nowadays is we have social media, we have other stuff that takes our mindset away from our woman and our significant other, our relationship and stuff, because we watch TV show, we watch. Some women want you to be like the Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Miami, and all that. It's just social media and stuff like that. Whatever happened to the affectionate of each other. That's where I was raised old school, and that's where longevity come in. That's where the 50, 40, 30, 25, 30, 40, 50 year relationships come in, to where it's all about just me and you. Just me and you, baby. That's it. And that's where a lot of people don't realize nowadays, where they can't grasp. It's just me and you in every aspect. Affection, love, consideration, communication. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of relationships don't
Yo,
like,
I see you in them comments, DJ. Listen, what? Oh, God. If only y'all knew. See, women always say that they know a man. I know my man. I know a man. But do you really? Do you really know the man? Do you really know what can really turn your man on? And the sad part about it is, some of y'all in here are deflecting. I wouldn't do this. Why would I do that? It comes with a price. It's all about money. That tells me all about you and what you desire. You have no interest in your man. You just have interest in your man's pockets whatsoever. If a man is investing in you, you should be investing back in that man. That's why a lot of times we ask, what do some women truly have to offer a man that has it all? What do you really have to offer a man? It's always about because we already know what men offer women and all this stuff, but what do you can't even offer your man true intimacy, because you don't know what it is, because you're too busy trying to receive it, but not trying to give it back.
Oh, Brian, listen, we already touched on this. I mean, you touched on it earlier. We're not even gonna get into the aspect. A lot of times when we get into the act, and a lot of women ain't putting half the effort in that we putting in. They about to mess our back up and everything else, and you just laying there being pillow princess. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Like you said, if we pay attention to these things as men, we want to know that you are attracted and desire us where we desire you. And like I said, it starts way before that. It does. It starts way before that. But once we get there as well, we understand as men we're expected to do more. But you can pour into us the way that we pour into you. It's not about competition. It's about complimenting.
Anyway, let me do this. Lady Duck, come on, sister. I want to Good morning. Welcome in. Maybe some of these slow women need to hear from more. Need to hear from more of you women. Lady Duff, it's on you. Okay, we're gonna swing back. What's up, Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm just back here. I don't even know what the party's about, but it sounds funny to me in the comments, though.
Well, yeah, you know how they do down there. We're talking about ED. Is ED a man's health issue or a relationship issue?
Is ED a health issue or a relationship issue?
Is ED a man's health issue or a relationship issue?
Both.
Break it down, Mac.
Okay. Here's the thing. Is being able to perform is critical to the relationship. Well,
No, I had to mute it. Go ahead.
Okay. Being able to perform in a relationship is critical. However, it's also a medical thing because again, we as men, and we've already hit this upside the head several times. We as men are slow to take care of ourselves as we get older. Because especially if you're an athlete, you think, oh, I'm all right, I'm gonna be good. But that's not good. The bottom line is this: if we're keeping this as simple as possible, once we hit age 25, 30, you're on the downside of the mountain, boss. Unless you are doing things that are going to make you compete. And what I mean by compete, I'm talking about your body. It's a fight between what you do and what you eat for the rest of your life. Because you get a pass up to 30. After 30, it's a problem. And here's the thing. We've allowed society to dictate to us how we are going to, I guess, reverse the problem or address the issue by taking the cute little pills. No, my friend, your body's telling you what you need to do. You better start listening to it or you'd be taking a dirt nap. And that's because we don't want to take the time and invest the discipline of eating better. That's where the issue comes in because your body will take care of itself. God made it that way. You got to give it some help. And don't get me wrong, we've allowed the Food and Drug Administration to put all kinds of things in our food that we don't pay no attention to. There's a reason why food should have a shelf life. No food should have a shelf life for 5 to 6 years. No food. Period. But what I'm saying is that as far as what we're talking about, we have to be very mindful that it's relationship, but it's also medical. Because again, we as men don't even want to have that conversation with our spouses. Why? Because again, it goes back to having a safe space. It goes back to let's not even talk about ED. How many men are going to tell their spouses when they go to the doctors if there's something bad happening? I got high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Or I got type 2 diabetes. Those things are issues that compound the problem. And here's the real thing. A lot of our ED is stemmed to those issues. So here's the thing. Why are you worried about taking a pill, which is going to help you right then and there? Your issue is really, you're about to check out because you're not addressing the medical pieces of it, which is more than likely A1 and or high blood pressure. That's the issue. Because here's the thing. We all be joking about it, but if you pay attention, all of what we're talking about is blood flow. That's what we really are talking about. So ask yourselves, if we already know, if we have stuff we have our houses, we already know if you don't clean the pipes, guess what? They get clogged up. When they get clogged up, you have poor drainage, poor flow. I'm just saying. So I'm going to say they're both. We have to address both. But here's the thing. It really gets down to, can I come and talk to you about what's on my mind? And can the women talk to us about what they're feeling and how they want to be able to be of service to us? I land.
That was heavy. Well, dang, you just like
me as a coach, I'm gonna say this. I'm 36 right now, and my body is a 22-year-old body. So with fitness, you can actually you can de-age your body by fitness. Fitness is the only thing, if you're going up in age, you can actually reverse your age. Because you have 2 ages. You have your biological age and you have your body age. Your body age consists of what you eat and how how you work out if you're active. So we were not designed just to be going to work, just going home, and then go to sleep. We're supposed to be more active and then also be more proactive with what we put inside our bodies. So I agree with the last gentleman that just spoke. So you don't have to be like 46 and have a 46-year-old body. Agreed.
No, and, and to be honest, you don't even have to be in the gym that long. Like you can do 20, 30 minutes of workout. It don't even have to be in the gym as long as you're doing something healthy for yourself. Like I drink a lot of water. Water is one of the best things that you can actually drink. It's natural. It cleanses out a lot of the enzymes, a lot of the chemicals in your body that people don't even understand. Now, drinking too much water can jack you up. But if you ever notice, whenever I'm online, I always got bottles of water. I drink water. It's good. Yes. What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm 51. I've dated men who up to 18 years older than me. I've never dealt with a man with ED. But I will say that the men I've dated, it's about health and consciousness, being aware of your health and you're conscious of your health and what you put in your body, what you feed your body. You can't eat junk food, in your 40s and 50s. You got to eat right. You got to go to the doctor. You got to get your checkups. You got to get your teeth clean. I always get teased about, oh, your teeth are so white, like you must use Zoom. No, I go to the dentist. I brush my teeth. I floss my teeth. I do the things that I need to take care of my health. And men have to do the same thing. I've dated men who don't like going to the doctor. They don't want to know. You got to know. You have to know. It's for your benefit as well as my benefit. For your lifestyle as well as our lifestyle. If you're not going to get your regular checkups, going to the gym is not enough. You need to go to the doctor. You need to be active. You need to get the tests and the screenings that you need to get when you get to a certain age. Those colonoscopies, those are important. Getting that prostate checked out, that's important. Your dental health, that's important. It's not about just trying to be flashy and flop. No, go to the doctor, get that checkup.
Yep, because just because I look, and my thing is this, just because I may look a certain way, like I can be in the gym and do all that stuff, that doesn't mean I'm healthy. And I want people to understand that too. Working out and all that physical stuff, and there's nothing against the coach, but doing all that physical stuff does not mean you're healthy. You can still have heart problems. You can still have ED just because you do all that thing. A lot of stuff does not stop that. A lot of it is a mental thing. They say it's a medical condition, but is it really medical? Because it's something that I created within me as a man. See, women would sit there and say that's a medical condition, but you're not a man. Because I can look at one woman and I can be with a woman and not even be sexually attracted to this woman, but she could be as bad as all outdoors. But it's just something about her that does not make me get erect. But then I could be with another woman that can stimulate my mind and know how to stimulate my body and know how to get those enzymes flowing within me. And guess what? Now I could be as erect as I could be as hard as a doorknob. So is it really a medical condition or is it all mental?
See, and that's why I want to jump in with you because I've been trying, and then Coach jumped in and he was talking about the physical aspect of it. And I'm telling you, I was 39. I was 188, 190 pounds, rock solid, running in the military and doing all that training soldiers. And that's when I had my series of heart attacks. I looked the part, but my eating habits, I was killing myself. And you can't even say that nowadays. But then not only was my eating bad, I had a problem where, okay, if I'm not getting hurt, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna play with little men. I'm gonna do those things. So now my mental is all off. So now when she comes along, she don't stimulate me like my mind stimulates me when I'm sitting there by myself watching this on TV. So now I'm causing other problems. So it's a holistic approach with your physical, your mental, and everything else.
And I want women to understand what I'm saying when I say not attractive. Meaning I met you, there was an attraction. Of course, we was talking, we was dating. But then somewhere along the line, because of some things that may have happened in this relationship, I became unattracted to you before because there are certain things that you were doing. Now I'm speaking from a man's point. if we looking at you this way and you start changing your style, how you move as a woman, that man becomes unattractive. But yet, because still and all, because of who we are, we still stay in those relationships because we thinking, you know what? I love this woman. I pour it into this woman. I'm still going to be here. But it's something that she's doing that I'm because somebody
have the conversation.
hold on, sister, hold on.
Are
Even if
you
we
having the conversation?
even if we have the see this the problem that we have with y'all women. You always talk about have the conversation, but here's the problem. When we have the conversation doesn't go the way it's supposed to go because the conversation always shifts your way. It never goes the man's way. I don't care what any woman says. And brothers, please allow me and tell me if I'm right or wrong. When we have conversations with women, the conversation normally shifts back on them. It never us. We could be talking about us and we wind up talking about something that y'all going. Make it make sense. How did that happen? How did that happen?
But
How did that happen is the question. As a woman, answer that question for me. See, you can't even answer. You're about to shift it again. My point exactly.
I'm just trying to understand. That's all. I'm just trying to understand. I'm not trying to shift or anything like that.
I can answer that question. It happens because people don't know their roles.
Say that again, please. Say that one more time.
Because people don't know their roles as men and women. We have been so skewed and the way we think. Men want to argue with you now. You're supposed to protect the woman. So if she's sitting there expressing herself, a lot of the time
you just reversed it again.
Back and forth. See, like right now, there's a back and forth.
No, sister, I will see once again. Was I not talking about a man? And you said.
Just sit and listen first, and listen out to what she's saying.
Yo, are you kidding me?
And respond.
Okay, go ahead.
See, like right now, I'm speaking to you, and you're not even listening to
because
me.
Sister,
you're too busy, anxious, and ready to respond.
Because sister, you didn't hear what I just said.
I can't argue with that.
I know you can't, because who's arguing? You didn't. See, this is what I just said.
You didn't even let me finish.
Because what was there to finish? You didn't even understand what I just said. Men start talking about a man, and what did she just do? Shifted all about a woman once again. Well, men want to do this, and men want to do.
Know your roles. That's the first thing I said.
Come on.
I didn't even get 2 words out before you started arguing with me, and that's what I'm talking about. Knowing the role. A man, you're supposed to have some kind of control and listen and protect the woman. Listen to what she's saying first, fully understand it, empathize with it, and then give your opinion or your solution or whatever. Have a real conversation. Then you wouldn't be doing the back and forth. The problem comes in is when you have 2 people just arguing back and forth, and trying to prove who's right, and that's never going to work out.
Okay.
Women, who I got it. So who was arguing? Because here's the thing. The man was talking and explaining something, right? And respectfully, the sister jumped in the conversation. She hadn't even heard the full conversation yet. And that's what we're talking about. I
sat here.
See, you just interrupted me. I didn't finish what I wanted to say. I didn't finish what I said. Okay, yeah, you did. Come on, sis. That's what I'm saying.
You said I didn't understand.
Hold on. Please, time out. Please.
You're not
Tone.
What?
Time out.
Wrap it up. Because I'm not trying. Here's the thing. First of all, as a grown man, I don't argue with women. And it's a simple reason why I don't argue with women. And real men don't. You know why? Because arguing with a woman can cost you. Me getting upset with a woman means she has either a significant other, a husband, a brother, nephews that will come see me for arguing with her. That's why I deal with men when we have a conversation. So I can't tell you now. I don't know who you've dealt with, but the brothers I know, we don't argue with women. We go look for the man. Hey, can we talk to her? Because I don't have this conversation with her. Because again, we understand that we're talking about a different woman. A woman is a woman. We don't have that. We don't do that. I don't even argue with my mama, even if she's right. So understand this. That's first of all. Second, what we're saying is, if we have the conversation
about ED, because we're specifically talking about ED. We explain as a man where we're coming from, right? And all we're trying to say is that in the process of explaining how we feel about it or what we're feeling about it, somewhere in the midst, that conversation shifts from how I feel about it to what you think should be done or how we should deal with it. Just all we're saying is just hear us out. Just like, let me flip it real quick and I'm gonna land. Just like when, as a man, if your spouse comes to you with a situation, you had an argument with your girlfriend. Sometimes you don't want me to fix it. You just want me to hear what you have to say. And no solution needed. Just hear me out. That's what we're talking about, whereas we don't have that same privilege as men on a regular basis. We explain something that's very near and dear to us because procreation is part of who we are. And in that process, it becomes a you situation, not a me situation. That's all we were trying to say.
That's what you were trying to say.
See, that I understand. That I understand what you're trying to say, and that I get. And I don't know. That comes back to, again, knowing the rules. I don't know why you were dealt with that way, where somebody, it's a you situation, because if somebody's really there to sit down and listen to what you have to say, they need to absorb that and not make it about them. I came into the conversation late about the ED. I agree with a lot of stuff that I heard. Health is a factor, but like he was saying, like the host is saying here, it's not all medical. A lot of it is mental. I know I'm a trainer. I know a lot of women. I train women that they have conditions and they're not taking into account that a lot of times you have medical conditions because of trauma, emotional trauma. Things you haven't healed, especially a lot of my clients that have autoimmune diseases. It is caused because of trauma, and I apologize, I'm in an area with other people. But there is a lot of trauma that does then cause medical issues. Yes, lack of exercise is a big problem, especially I'm finding with African American women, Black women. I struggle to get them in the gym to exercise and want to exercise. So it's all three. You have to be mentally sound, emotionally, for health, and physically. It's all three, and spiritually, actually. So if all those are fine, yeah, you're gonna have some.
Let me say something real quick, because what I was talking about is the simple fact that men don't be heard. You said about roles, right? But the moment I said something, you shifted straight to the woman. You know, women live.
I didn't mean that.
Listen, you guys see, this is what we talking about. This is what we talking about,
and
sister.
I thought that you were saying that women don't really listen to men. So
that's the point I'm trying to make. So this is what I do with people when I got to do this twice. I got to pack you up. The sad part about it is this: what the statement I was making was when a man, when it's a conversation needs to be had, the conversation normally shifts back to the woman's issue, not the man's issue. When we're trying to express ourselves and tell you women what's going on with us, this, that, and the third, a lot of times we're not really heard. You'll hear us, but you'll respond right back to something. Well, let me tell you what I'm going through. I don't want to hear what you're going through right now. Sometimes it's not all about you. Sometimes your man just needs to be heard. And a lot of times us men are not need to be heard. And then you say, oh, y'all need to communicate. But when we communicate with you, it's not what y'all want to hear. It's not the communication that y'all want. Y'all want the communication to be what y'all want it to be about. No. And then you'll find a way to manipulate the whole conversation where the man is feeling upset like he did something wrong. Like,
now we're talking about how what I said made you feel versus what I'm going through.
Thank you.
And we just watched it in real time.
In real time.
She started off good, but she shifted it. It wasn't even like 5 minutes in. Like it was like a minute. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like he just was talking about it, and then you went and did it respectfully. And a lot of men, that's why they shut down like little boys. I saw that comment. That's why it's like, 'cause I know where this is gonna go. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You're gonna take it as an attack or something like that. And now we're talking about you.
Yep. And now my feelings ain't even valid no more. Now I got to worry about, dad, what did I just do right now to make this woman feel like this? Now I got to fix her problem again. And where's mine? And then it's like, wait a minute. for the past hour, I only got about 1 minute of what I wanted to say, and it went for the last 59 minutes was about you and how you feeling because listen, but you did this, but you made me, but baby, hold on. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about me. Like, when can it ever be about me and how I truly feel? These are problems that are in relationships right now. Thus is one of the reasons why sometimes your man just can't rise because but y'all always say, well, why don't you communicate this? I can't. Because when I try to, it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go.
And just to say this real quick before I let Lotus, and I think it was Lotus and Rain that said it in another live about how we receive things sometimes, like you said, our body language. And I admitted to being guilty of that, I think once or twice with my wife, where it was like, you could just look a certain way. Are you moving around a certain way? Your mannerisms, I can tell you don't want to hear what I'm saying. You're just waiting for me to finish, waiting for me to shut up, and you just don't, it's bothering you to the point where you looking at it like I'm attacking you. So same way y'all feel with us doing that sometimes, we human as well. We can feel the same way.
See, and for some people, it's a man's world. It's not a man's world. Understand it. But in our homes, if you say that you love your man, if you say that this is the man that you want to be with, oh, I care about you, I love you, baby, then you can sit down and have a conversation and allow him to express himself without being interrupted, without even reserved. Hear what he has to say and feel what that man is feeling sometimes. Because the problem I have in some of these relationships is that some of y'all women just want the man to feel. You don't feel my pain. You don't feel what I'm going through. Yes, I'm right here with you. I'm here with you. But you as a woman also need to feel how I'm feeling as well. Walk in my shoes sometimes. You always want me to walk in yours, and trust me, I can't walk in no pumps. But just for once, just hear what your man has to say, and you might truly understand him. You might even get somewhere in your relationship if you can actually just sit back, and I ain't telling y'all to shut up, but just hear without having to include yourself. And this is what we say, pouring back into your man. Come on, Sarah Jane. Really? Don't do that.
I saw a comment. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean,
because I saw the same thing. So here's what we're gonna do. Ready? This is why we do this. And I'm not even gonna go into the comments. I'm just gonna say the reason why we do this, respectfully, we do this for us, ladies. Men, we as men do this for us. Because guess what? Most of the time we can't do it with y'all. We're not even gonna get into it because again, when we're talking, like we said before, you guys actually, believe it or not, most of the time the ladies in the chat, you guys make our point without us even having to say it. Sometimes we might want to say a couple things, be quiet, because you're making my life easy. If we're explaining to you what's on our plate, and then we got to get the if and the buts kind of comments, here's what I'm going to tell you, sisters. If you really want to hear where we're coming from, when we're talking, do yourself. You can do one or two things. Number one, sit down, listen, and take notes. And if you can't do both, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, if you can't do both, record the conversation, go listen to it, and then come back to me when you understand what I just said. And you have some understanding of what I said. Because for people to get real disrespectful, because don't get me wrong, we can do the same thing, but that's not what we're here for. Because please know, I'm real good with my words, and I can cut real deep. That's how I'm built. So for all the little funky comments, calling people this, that, and the third, and what our sexual preference is, don't do that. Go somewhere else if you want to play those games. Play with something safer like AIDS and cancer. I'm going to say this, though. This is something we're giving you that you can actually use. If your spouse is you want to have a real conversation, grown people conversation, take a pen and paper and write down what they're saying that you feel is bothering them. And if you can't do that, record it and then play it back and have a real conversation if you're really interested in hearing what we have to say. Because too many times, we already know, it's already been proven that even older, mature sisters will tell you, too many times, women listen to respond. That ain't us saying it. That's the sister saying it. So if they're saying it and we're saying it, everybody can't be wrong. I'm going to land with this. We're doing this for the betterment of us as a culture and as a people. We don't have to do this. We choose to do this because guess what? We do realize that at the end of the day, somebody is going to learn something and have a better life because of it. And if your life is raggedy, I'm sorry to hear that. Go stand in front of a bus.
You know what? You know what, Unc? I want. Let me say something. Go ahead, please, Lotus.
So, and I'll be brief. This is why there's a huge communication disconnect in our community amongst our men. Because the minute that you guys are transparent and you put yourself in a vulnerable space, you have women who tell you you're sassy, you G-A-Y, you must be bisexual, right? Oh, you're only dealing with women to reproduce, but your first love is men. I'm reading the comments and I'm operating with some self-restraint because I made a promise to some people that I care about very much. But I am bursting at the seams. And I think it's absolutely disgusting. You guys want our men to communicate with you, but then you do things and say things that will immediately make them want to shut down. It's as simple as that. You want to bridge the gap? Sis, you got to stand in the gap and just learn to shut up. Everything you think, you don't have to say. You know what my father taught me and still teaches me today? That the most dangerous person is a person who does not have a brake system. That means you do not know when to stop. Sometimes you guys just need to stop and think about what you're saying. This is harmful. I really don't hear men bashing you guys to a point to where they are challenging your sexual preferences. They address behavior, and that's what triggers you all. Because behavior is just that. Behavior, it speaks to your character. And you guys are showing who you are in these comments.
No, you know what? You 100% right. Because, and this is the reason why I say this. They are real men, what they always claim the real man is. This is the reason why a masculine man does not want to find them. They don't want to be with them. And they find themselves lonely and they want to call it, I'm lonely by choice. You're lonely because you was not chosen by the right man because you're not the right woman. You don't fit the bill. And this is the reason why you think so many men have problems. It's not, and the saddest part about it is it's our black women. It's our black women. Y'all have designed yourself to hate black men that damn much. The same man that means if you hate us black men, you hate your fathers, you hate your brothers, you hate your uncles, you hate your cousins, every man that is black in your family.
I just love the way the word bashing is used nowadays. Like, you can't even be, now the truth is considered bashing. He literally just said sometimes when we go to speak to some of the women in our lives, it gets shifted from us back to how you feel about what we said. And that is bashing. Ladies, respectfully, a lot of y'all need to heal. Respectfully. Because if we can't even be honest with you without you consider that bashing, that says more about you than it does about us. I would want someone to be honest with me. A lot of y'all want the pretty lie over the ugly truth. A lot of y'all, this is why a lot of y'all get caught up in the situations that y'all do. You would rather be flattered to hell than offended to heaven. The Bible says offense must come. So sometimes I might say something to you and not even say it in an offensive way, but because of what the subject is, it's going to bother you. Like, really, I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like you're not paying attention to certain things. I feel like you forgot about me. I feel like I'm last on your list. I'm not saying that to offend you. I'm saying that to give you my perspective, to give you an answer. But if I don't say it, I'm wrong. And that's going to build resentment. It's like same thing y'all go through a lot of times with men. Y'all act like y'all the only ones that can go through that. It's like we robots or something. Like we don't have any kind of like conscience, and we don't have any kind of feeling whatsoever. And when we say it, we're bashing you. That's crazy.
The thing is this. I want to say this, and then I'm going to move forward. We have to stop, ladies and gentlemen, as black men and black women. we're moving ourselves lower and lower on the totem pole because we lack respect for each other. I don't know when did it occur or when did this happen that black women felt like they should just start disrespecting us black men. I don't know who's doing all that, but thank you. I don't know when did it start for us to start being so like when if a black man it's first of all when you get a panel where you can actually have black men pouring into you and telling you some things that we're going through, that should be understood as a black woman. Like, wow, we actually have men that are not ashamed of themselves, that are not ashamed to speak on certain topics. We should sometimes some of your sisters should want to sit back and hear this because maybe the man that you are with, and maybe he might be going through these same things. I'm not saying that any of the brothers up here is going through it, but we can speak on certain stuff that us black men may have seen, may be going through, or what some brothers may be going through, and maybe your man. And maybe sometimes, just sometimes, your sisters need to go and touch on that man and find out, babe, you know what? I want to sit down and hear what's really going on with you. It's about making your man feel wanted, but the problem is y'all want to be wanted so bad that y'all forget what it feels like to make somebody else feel the way that you want to feel like. Ooh, did I kind of miss y'all up with that little tongue twister? I probably did. But anyway, I'm gonna move on. Tony, welcome in, sister.
Hey, Velvet. Thank you for having me on the panel. You know, I was with Tone until she shifted. The roles, yes. But oftentimes in today's society, women do not know how to even speak life into their men. They don't know how to deal with emotional intelligence. We say we want emotional intelligence, but really we want protection, and you just to sit over there and just be a man when they don't even understand what being a man is.
Come on, sister.
And sitting down and just listening to hear and understand and say, okay, babe, do you want me to just listen? Do you want feedback? Ask if he wants feedback. That's simple. He may be just like, nah, I'm dealing with it. I just needed an ear. And that's all I wanted to come up here to say, because I was just like, I was getting hot in the comments of like, oh, Jesus.
Listen, the thing is, when it comes to ED, right? A lot of the things that we even right now, if we was to be having a conversation like this with our woman, it would turn us off automatically. It's all about the mental perception of us. It has nothing to do with I was born with erectile dysfunction. No man was born with that. It is not a medical condition. Understand that. It's something that happened within the body, from the mind to the body. Because this thing don't move without this thing here. We have to see it, visualize it, want to smash it in order for this thing and let the blood, get the heart pumping, let that blood flow straight down to our genitals. But I truly believe I can't go to no hospital and be like, yo, I got a problem. What's the matter? I can't get erect. What the doctor gonna do? What they gonna do? Like, see, I'm talking about blue pill. I ain't putting nothing in my body. I'm good. And I can't speak for every man. But at the same token, if somebody, and I'm gotta say this, if some of y'all women truly take it easy on your man, and just like y'all didn't hear anything that we were saying about the touching, the caressing, making that man feel, just let him know that you want him, because your man wants you. Why you think that man is there? He wants you. And it's not all about just him penetrating. He wants you. But you have to understand, you got to make that man, you have to reciprocate those same emotions. We can't keep pouring into you if you're not pouring nothing back into me, but making me feel a certain type of way. I want to hold you. I want to kiss you. I want to do all these things to you. Why can't you just walk up? Why you can't just walk up to me like my brother DJ said? He could be sitting in the chair, just come and rub my head a little bit and just keep it moving. Shoot, squeeze my ass. You know what I'm saying? Do something, like something.
No, don't squeeze my butt.
I know, you know, I just that was the laughter part. That was the break the ice part.
Too far for me. You went a little too far.
You see how y'all laugh? But that's gonna have to break the ice a little bit. But to be honest though, and like Lotus said, look at the white shoes. No, like seriously, you can sit next to your man, and DJ said it best. You can sit next to your man and just put your leg across him. You know, it's the beauty of it. Y'all could be sitting in the house just reading books. He's sitting on one side, and you laid all the way across and just got your feet on him. He could be sitting there rubbing your feet, doing something. It's the touching. That is the most intimate part of your relationship that a lot of people are lacking. That's the reason why a lot of these relationships aren't going anywhere, and they're losing it because you stopped the intimacy part. It does not mean I have to do fellatio, or that is not intimacy. Intimacy is the holding of the hands, the touching, the sliding of the chest, the walk, the grazing past your man when he's just standing like this sometimes, and you just want to rub your booty on him and just keep it moving. Small things. Small things.
So I just want to get in here really quickly because we have a special guest on the panel, and I would love to hear from her.
Who's that?
Welcome in, Sean. Oh, thank you.
Who's Sean? Time out. Hold up. Who's this?
Angela's wife.
I wasn't trying to out you. I wanted you to
I'm just playing. I know. First of all, okay, I'm gonna need everybody to be quiet for this one. What's up, sister?
Hold on, host. Watch how you work. Watch how you talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it, brother.
You just can't. You know, I didn't want you to out yourself. I wanted you to just listen and read some of these comments how these hyenas try to talk to our men while they're in these panels.
You know, thank you, family. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to start being a mother of sons in their 20s who I want to bring home a woman who looks like me. And their dating experiences are evident in some of these comments. My sons were raised to be emotionally intelligent. They were raised to be mindful of their mothers and aunts and grandmothers. And they were raised by their uncles and grandfathers who open doors, who stand when you get up from the table at dinner, who know how to say, I hear you, I appreciate you. And then you had these hyenas who asked them, what's wrong with you? Who asked them, where did you learn this? You get these broken people, women, who have not seen it, therefore they think it's sus. It's appalling and disappointing. And I tell my sons with the quickness, break up, step back, leave them alone. They need therapy. My son's got therapy, and I have 2 daughters, by the way, so let's make it clear. But I'm talking to this 25 to 35-year-old folk that are out here thinking you don't want an emotional man. Do we not realize that people experience all types of emotions? Grief, disappointment. Do you really think that a man is not supposed to feel that? Do you really think that it's okay or that you're safe and that you can be protected by a man who does not understand when you're hurting? Because they haven't been able to feel safe enough to say when they're hurting? This is about emotional dysfunction. And yes, we got hormones, okay? And you know, brother, I'm going to tell you right now, I hear you. And yet there are some things that go on in our body at a certain age that we don't have a lot of control over. Now I'm speaking from a woman in her 50s. There are times where I'm watching a commercial and I bust out crying. Is my husband supposed to laugh at me? When will I feel safe again? Y'all think sitting there, you know, breaking backs and going out to work is enough? And you want to grow old with them? Miss me. I'm genuinely disgusted. Life be lifing for men and women. And why wouldn't a man be able to come and say, look, I I don't feel like going to bed with you right now. Or better yet, I don't really feel like sitting next to you. They're going on stuff on their jobs. They're dealing with their own issues in life, under attack on a regular basis. People see our men coming and walk on the other side of the street in 2025. And we don't think that that's supposed to impact them? We don't think them being followed around in stores supposed to impact them? And I'm really trying to understand, are you really interested in being in a relationship with a human or a robot? Robots can pay bills. Robots can get you an orgasm. You can do that by yourself. Are you really interested in friendship? Are you really interested in partnership? Are you interested in really growing with someone and growing with the thing? I don't understand the level of hurt until I come into these comments. I don't understand what has happened and why is it, like you said, brother, why is it okay? Like, why is it okay to not be able to have a conversation to completion? Why would anybody think it's okay to cut somebody off in the middle of their talking and get offended? You're offensive. That's why you offended. You are the offender. And until we start to communicate and learn how to communicate, even one to another, because this is an issue woman to woman as well, and it just shows up in our relationships. You have provided this incredibly safe space for men to be vulnerable, and you getting this kind of madness and foolishness? I'm down with Lotus. Block them. Because there's some people who appreciate it. I always encourage my sons to come into forums like this. Because their grandfather has passed away, their other grandfather has, is not well. Their father is going through his own healing journey after divorce. You feel me, fam? Like, men need this. They need to come on and talk about joblessness. My sons are highly educated, and they're getting passed over on jobs, y'all, in 2025. Like, let's be for real. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, not just what's going on in with your body. Like you said, there's some mental things that are impacting your ability to normally function as you desire. Why wouldn't you want to turn to a partner? Why wouldn't you want to turn to a spouse? Because the spouse has not done their own healing process to be able to listen. And as my husband taught me from y'all, I land.
So, listen, when I say sis got me over here with tears in my eyes.
First of all,
because she could have.
It's not.
And I'm somewhat a level of grateful because you said everything. I'm more of an actor. Like, I act on it. And Delvin knows where I'm going with this. I was recently told to yield. And I've been struggling with that because I've gone all 47 years protecting the men in my life. That's what I know. That's what I do. And so when you're asked to yield to protect them from the hurt, it hits different. Because I'm sitting here, normally I will mute comments, instantly block people, and just take them out the room. But I was asked not to do that any longer. And I do it because I don't want a bandwagon. Because once you get one with it, all the trauma bonders begin to band together, and that becomes the message in the room. So the message that the men are delivering is so diluted that other people who are trying to get it did not hear it or see it through the noise.
But you know what, sis? I'm gonna say this first of all to my sister. I take my hat off to you, sister, for real. Sean, you got an instant follow from the host. I don't care. And yes, I'm following my sister. And what? That's number one. Number two is this. Because you said it so eloquently, you silenced the room. You silenced the chat. You silenced the live, to be honest. And sometimes a voice that needs to be heard needs to be heard. The hyenas and the ones that come in here, the trauma bonders, they need that because because the more they keep coming, the more that we're gonna break those bonds. That's why I said, Lotus, our work ain't done. There's work to be done, and we're doing the work. And trust and believe. They can say all the stuff that they want to say, but they get it. They get it, but they want it, but they have to be this rebellious person because that's who they are. But deep down inside, they get it because it's hitting. Why do you think? What do we say? Don't a hit dog holler? Because if they don't respond, then guess what? That's not who they are. So they have to respond because we're gonna keep nailing them. We're gonna keep drilling them. We're gonna keep drilling them.
Yo, what she said, when I tell you, it took me back to moments when she was talking about people walking across the street when they see us. Because again, like we say so many times, we know that a lot of the women in there are hurting. We talk to y'all in the chats, we read your comments, y'all come up here, we hear y'all. We not sitting here making excuses for the men that did it or nothing, but to act like we not hurting along with y'all that is what is hurting us. That is what is bringing us both down. We need each other. I saw a movie and I'll land with this. There's a man playing God, and the man asked God, why don't you do something? And God, like, why don't you help us? God said to him, that's why I gave y'all each other. It's 8-point-something billion of us. And if everyone covered someone, we would all be covered. If everyone just helped one person, we would all be covered.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This morning, last night, I can't stand her when she's right, but I love her. I want y'all to thank Lotus today because we were talking last night. And, we have our, and it was late last night. We were just on the phone jiving and talking, and me, her, and my brother. We was on the phone. We were talking about ED, and we were just cracking jokes. And she looked it up, and she's like, "Bro, you need to talk about this." I was like, "I ain't sitting there talking about no Brothers Johnsons and none of that other stuff. Just what I said. I'm being transparent." And we started laughing, but she was like, "Nah." So I was like, "You know what? Just send it to me." And here we are, discussing about issues that men don't like to talk about. It's okay for us men to be vulnerable with other men because guess what? I'm not going to sit here and judge you as a man. If I call you my brother, if I look at you as a man, I'm going to consider you that man. I'm not going to look down on you. I'm not going to talk about you. I'm not going to make you feel less than. I'm here to build, and I'm here to build with the right men. We're here to teach. We're here to express how we truly feel, not just in relationships, but just when it comes to us as a man. And sometimes we just want y'all women just to hear it and be like, wow, because some of y'all don't truly understand what some of us really go through.
See, bro, and that's why I wanted to speak right now, because I think that was the problem. Because if I'm on a page or a panel and I'm listening to women talk about menopause, I'm going to sit there and shut up because I know nothing about it. So all I can do is speak from experiences from other people. But I sit up there and listen more than I talk. So when we're talking about ED, now one thing I got to, I think what we do is we want people to agree with everything. And a lot of people come on, they want you to agree. Well, he said this, and once they find one thing that they disagree with, they tackle that thing instead of listening to the whole of the matter. Now, one thing you said was that it's not a medical problem. That's the holistic approach where and I understand what you were saying because we talk about the mental part, but it's also this. So because I told you I've been through that when it came to the medical portion, but you weren't speaking on that.
Right.
So once you say something that somebody disagree with and they tackle it, you're not listening to the heart of the man. And when people come to listen to the heart of the man, they can hear that the conversation is being said so that our hearts can be exposed. So now you can come love on us how we desire to be loved.
Listen, that's the most important part, man. It's about loving one another. It's about just like sometimes even just telling your man that you love him. And I mean, not just love him for what, baby, I love that you did this for me. No, just be like, baby, you know what? I love you. It makes him feel good. I can't express this enough. With us as men and for y'all women, I can't sit here and speak on a woman. I can only speak as a man. Not for men, but as a man. It's the things how you talk to us that makes us feel good. It's the things, the touching, the looks, the small affections, even the meals that you cook, the way that you serve the food, the way that you serve our plate, the way that you pour that drink, the way that you say my name.
That part. You know, so what we have to understand is this. For all the rah-rah that comes with the program, is this. You know, you have to ask yourself, sisters, do you really want a man who responds to you from a place of anger all the time? So when you're sad, his response to you has an anger tone. When you're happy, his response has an anger tone. When you're happy, his response has an anger tone. The reason why I say that is that if you always want us to be strong and aggressive and not show the soft sides of us, guess what happens? That's what you get. I know that because please know, talking from experience, not a theory. For a long time, people didn't know I was a happy dude because I didn't have a chance to be walking around smiling all the time. I had jobs to take care of. I had to take care of my siblings. And that's a real statement. Didn't have time to walk around smiling and being jovial and happy about life. No, I had to take care of my sisters. Plain and simple. Here's the thing. I had to learn later in life, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry about stuff that hurts you and cry about things that make you feel good. Because that's an even tougher job. Because to sit here, how many times we as men have to watch a movie and somebody start crying? First thing we say, man, you're a little punk. Guess what? At this stage of my life, I'm the biggest punk going because it's a good thing to be able to be in touch with something that ends in a good way. When you see a struggle end a good way, or better yet, even if it doesn't end a good way, you understand why it went the way it went. And guess what that does? It teaches us to deal with it when we have to face it. So no, I'm going to be sitting here and I'm not going to let you try to tell us how we are men. And here's the thing, you're going to talk about us when we are bad. You're going to talk about us when we're good. Let's be honest. If you sisters get some bad loving, the first thing you're going to do is tell your girl how trash it was. And if it's good, you're going to tell your girlfriend how trash is good. So what do you think we got to do? We got to be on our best game every day, all day. So where do we get a chance to not have a good day? I land.
Brother, I couldn't say it any better, man. It's like it's so easy. If some of your women were actually take the time and just look at your man, it is so easy to make sure that your man is happy, to make sure that your man is pleased. Because we're trying to do. First of all, you got to understand what we as men try to do. We going through hell and high waters to make sure that your women are happy. Some men, I'm not saying all. There's some brothers that truly love their women is going all out for them. But we just want to make sure that hey, it's reciprocated. We don't. Your man don't want a lot. Trust me, your man does not want a lot. All he want to do is just make sure that he's loved. And if you can show him and just be like, you know what, sometimes get out of your own way and get out of your own heads and just start doing certain things for your man, trust and believe. There's nothing that man will do for you. It is nothing that he will not do for you, especially, and I'm going to say this, the submissive woman is going to have everything she pretty much desires from her man without even knowing the power that she has with that one word being submissive.
And like you said, right, that we understand it's coming from the right man. Before a lot of women say it, we know that's not every man. He already said that, but the right man, the man that is truly a man that is looking to love and provide and protect for you. When you meet us halfway, we go even harder for y'all. We understand as men, we have to love y'all in a different way, meaning that it said we have to love y'all like Christ loves the church, and he gave his life for the church. And there's a lot of men, whether y'all want to believe it or not, that will give our life for the women that we care about. Not just our wives, but our sisters, our mothers, our nieces, our aunts, our cousins. Like, and it doesn't stop. It does not stop, like, with no hesitation. But does that get thought about for us? Because there's no greater gift than us giving our life for you. You can give us time, you can give us food, you give us all those things, even time that you can't get it back. Once someone gives their life for you, they're gone. And there's a lot of men, whether you want to believe it or not, that will do that.
You know, I feel sad for those that be saying the most asinine stuff, like, if she's not submitted, you ain't the guy. Like, Lily, really? Like, it's not about it's not about me being a guy. It's about her knowing who she is. And and this is the reason why. You know what? I'm done. I'm not even going to do it to myself right now because I'm not giving that too much energy.
I got you. I'm gonna just be short with it. I won't be long with it because I always bring this up, and I'm gonna keep her head up. Moses led his people; they turned on God. That had nothing to do with Moses. So you can miss us with all that. If they're not submissive, it's on you. No, I can't lead you if you're not willing to follow.
That's it. And listen, he hit that on the head. And I gotta be.
The white shoes.
Look at the white shoes. Yo.
Come on, baby, go watch the episode, man.
Yeah, they don't even understand why we be doing that. But nah. Listen.
Okay, can I say this real quick, man? And this is, and I'm grateful for this early Saturday morning because, again, the healing, the reciprocity, if you will, that people keep throwing in the chat, as well as the growth. How about that? The growth starts with this. It has to be a willingness to at least, number one, acknowledge the flaw, and then be able to address the flaw after that with action. So we're not just sitting here talking out the side of our necks. We're expressing what men really feel, some of it from a personal point of view, and some of it because we are been on the planet long enough to understand what it feels like. We've done some bad things and we've done some good things, and we've learned from them. But the biggest thing we have to understand is that this is how we get started with the healing process and with the growth. Because you can be healed all day long, but if you don't grow, that's a problem. And here's the thing. I say this very often and I mean it. We have to be willing to show grace and mercy. Because guess what? You're giving it every day. Now, I don't care if you know what your religious faith is, but you are granted grace and mercy each and every day. So it would be just kind enough and just gracious enough and appreciative to at least extend grace and mercy, especially to those who are doing something that they are to be of benefit to others. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, what we should be doing is being servants to others in some capacity. That's the real reason why you're here. You're here to serve someone else. Specifically, if you're married, a spouse. And that's both ways, since we want to go, well, which way is it? It's both ways, folks. We should be serving each other. And here's the thing. If you are dealing with a man who has issues in that area, then what you have to do is find a way that you can have a conversation about how he feels about it. And once you have the conversation, you try to implement a plan. If they're not willing to accept the plan or go along with the plan, guess what, ladies? It's called move on. You can't fix a man, and a man can't fix a woman. The only thing that can fix a human is God himself. Most of us don't know how to fix cars. You know what we do? We take it back to the manufacturer. Go back to the manufacturer. That's what I'm going to say. We have to understand that this is one of the few platforms where we're going to get some real work done, regardless of the rah-rah. And guess what? As you can tell, we do have a couple of missiles on the sideline that, if need be, know how to get in the game, because understand this, we are aligned with the right ones. So rather than trying to throw jabs at us, you might want to listen to us. I'm just saying. I land.
And that's Unc in the building. No, I want to say this. There's two things about two men and two types of women. Number one, you have men can't lead unless they were taught how to lead, how to be leaders. That's why some of them are leading some of these women down the wrong path. Some of these women and women don't know how to follow because they was never taught how to follow a man. They never was taught how to follow a man leads. That's the reason why they try to take their own paths. That's one. Number two is this. when they say he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? But the man is, if he's not ready to be a husband, he can't find a wife. He is finding all the wrong things. And such as a woman needs to be that that woman that, and some women are not fit to be wives because they were never taught, nor were they never in positions to be a wife. So this is the reason why. So those are the two things that I'm starting to realize when it comes to men and women. The reason why some men can't find a wife because he's not truly a husband. And some of your women are positioning yourselves for the wrong man. And then when they get upset, you're dating the wrong man, you're doing the wrong, and I'm putting it on men and women. Men come in there with we come in there with our lies, with not being truthful to women, and women come there and with their expectations and realize that the man does not meet the expectation. I don't know. It goes both ways. But we can get it right if we just start doing right. First of all, you have to be right within yourself in order to be right for someone else. Because if you are not right within yourself, and a lot of us lie to ourselves. First of all, we can learn how to be truthful to within ourselves. And I'm talking about me, myself, and I'm not speaking for nobody. I'm just saying as individuals. When we can learn to be truthful to ourselves and what truly our heart truly wants and what our heart truly needs and not what it wants and forget about the desires and all this stuff and just be like, you know what, this is what I truly need in my life. I need this, I need to be this type of woman so I can obtain this type of man. I need to be this type of man so I know that I can obtain this type of woman.
Man, cook.
People do not want to face their flaws. They don't want to face their wrongdoings. They don't want to face their real truth about themselves. So they project on others to make themselves seem like they're so great. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. That is like, to me, when I hear that all the time, it's because you're not truthful with yourself is the reason why you say you don't need one. Because you don't know you. When you could truly learn how to trust yourself, then guess what? Everything will be smooth. But we don't even trust ourselves. We second guess ourselves all the time. Do the math. Do the math. Think about it. How many times have you second guessed yourself all the time? We do it on a daily basis. Damn, I shouldn't have ate that. Damn, I shouldn't have moved that. Dag, I shouldn't have done this. Every time you say what you shouldn't have done, you have second guessed yourself.
And that, bro, well said, man. That's all I wanted to say. Well said. Dang.
I can't improve nobody. You have to improve yourself. Everything is, that's what I'm saying. Knowledge of self, knowing oneself is the most important part. Because once you know you, well, how many times do people take time to really study themselves and see where they truly at? Like sit back and look at themselves and start truly reflecting like, yo, what is wrong with me? I do it. You know why I do it? Because that's why I pray. Because I know I'm not the perfect person. I'm not even perfect for myself. So I have to pray. And I got to tell the Father, listen, work within me, please. I know I'm a work in progress, but I need your help. Because that's where my help is going to come from. It's not going to come from no man. It's not going to come from no woman. It's not going to come from my wife. It's going to come from the Father.
Man,
Could you say it one more time? Because I didn't hear it. I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. Could you say it one more time? Where's it coming from?
It is coming from the Father.
Okay, I just need to make sure I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth.
And see, I can't even. It's so hard to add to that, bro. Because you just cover so many bases. But we see a lot of women say they don't want to submit to a man, especially not a man that can't lead. And we understand that, but understand that everyone submits to something. A lot of people submit to money. Would you rather a man that submits to God or a man that submits to money? Because you're picking one of those in some way, form, or fashion. Everyone submits to something.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this too because I'm about to close out a little bit. But to some of y'all women that are out there that saying that you need a man, right? Stop. I know you need a man, but sometimes you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong that I can't that men don't want me? I'm gonna tell you what you're doing wrong. From what I see. Sometimes it's the way that you dress. Change your dress. If your girlfriend and listen, and sometimes the woman that you call your best friend or you see as your friend, she has your best interest and she's telling you something, maybe you need to take her advice. Sometimes, not all the time. It's the way that you dress. If you dress like an old housemaid, that's what you no man wants that. Man wants to see you have to present yourself. Throw a little makeup on, throw a little blush on it, little lipstick, little blush on it, get your eyebrow, make sure your hair look nice. Throw on a nice little outfit. I'm not saying go out there and show all your flesh, but be presentable because that's what a man wants. I want a woman that's going to represent me, that's going to present me outdoors when she's not around me. That's what we look for. We look for representative. So when you dress a certain type of way and you're going on dates and you got on sweats and a pair of sneakers and this and got your hair in the bum, that man's like, okay, I'm gonna go on a date because I chose to go on a date with you, but that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. You know why? Because this how you gonna represent me when we're not around? This is how you're going to look when if I'm not with you. No man wants that. No man want and no listen. Yes, a all black turtleneck is sexy. You ain't never lying, Lily.
Can I say this?
Come on, brother.
Because I want to just briefly make this again. Life is already complicated, so are relationships. And I'm going to say this for those of us who are wanting a real relationship. I'm talking about a covenant relationship. I ain't talking about y'all just out here kicking it, playing for anybody's team. I'm talking about a covenant relationship. You have to understand, since the Bible says, "He that finds a wife," so that means if a man finds a wife, right? Pay attention. They're already a wife. Number one. Number two. There's some benefits that come with that for both parties. Let me break it off real quick. A man obtains favor. That's something you can't buy, quantify, or anything. That means the things that you thought you were good at, that thought you could be great at, it's at a different level when you find a wife. Number two, ladies, here's the thing. You have to understand too. The benefit for you is this. Once he finds his wife and he finds the good thing and he has the benefits of having favor on his life, respectfully, you are his glory. You are his representation in the earth. You don't think I'm joking? If you think if I'm making this up, go check for yourself. The spouse, the female spouse, is the glory of the man. So that means, respectfully, if this man is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and we're talking about things in the right place, not perfect, but in the right place, you should not have to pray for this, that, and the third in Jesus' name. You pray for things that you want in his name, because his name is good in the earth. Oh. The benefit you get is you are his glory. He wants you to look good. He wants you to feel good. He wants you to have the best life. Why? Because God has given him the ability to have the best life for the both of you. I land.
Listen. Ooh, what a day. What a morning. What a morning. Lotus, I love you, sis. Thank you so much for this. Real talk. I'm gonna be real. I was totally against having this whole conversation, but you told me what you know how I do. You said you know how you do, bro. You know you can. Okay. Almost made it seem like I could turn water into wine, but that was a joke. No, but I think today's conversation was amazing. I think we touched on so many things as far as men. And I want women to understand that, yes, brothers up here are married, brothers up here are in relationships. But I do want y'all to understand this. A lot of times when I host lives, it's about us men just expressing ourselves. We're not here to bash women. We're not here to come for y'all. We just want y'all to understand a lot of times where we come from. And everything is a lesson learned because We're talking about maybe some of the good experiences we may have and some of the bad experiences that we may have. But that don't mean it's about you. We just want you to understand and listen because just sometimes, maybe, the man that you with is actually going through something that we have with. We all may be different on the outside, but trust me, every man has gone through pretty much everything that we like. I think every man has probably went through every doggone thing that we probably talked about in the past month or two. But these are conversations that need to be had. We're not here to sit here and tell you about relationships. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you and sit there, yeah, because men this, no, that's for other people. That's what they like to do. I'm not going to sit here and pander you and simp on you. That's not me. I can't do that. If I do that, I'll be wrong and I go against everything that I believe as a man. I'm not trying to get into none of your DMs. I'm not trying to get into none of your drawers like some of these brothers be doing, perpetrating fraud. That's not me. My brothers here, the horsemen, what we do is up here, we are here to put the work in that needs to be put in. That's it. We just here to put that work in. And then of course, I'm not here to expect everybody to agree with things that are being said on this platform. It is not, because if you agree with me, then guess what? You have no mind of your own. I may agree with my brothers, but I also may challenge their thoughts just as well they can challenge mine. But this is what brotherhood, this is what true men look like. No one dominates nobody. To me, I look at each and every one of my brothers as just, we are all men. This is how I'm looking at them, and that's it. I'm not better than none of them, and none of them are better than me. I don't put myself on that plateau or on that platform like that. Everybody has a voice over here. And I want people to know that when you come up on this platform, it is a safe space. But the one thing I do ask, if you come up here, even as a woman, please, I respectfully, I don't need the long story. I don't need the monologue. I don't need to know about your ex-man, your ex-man's girlfriend, how many baby mothers he has and how many children you got. No. Come up here, be brief, be bright, be gone. It makes the conversation flow so much easier. Because if I got to put my hand like this, and I'm going to give you other signs. If I'm sitting like this, which means you're a monologue. And this is going to be a sign for my sister to be like, okay, we got to pack you up. This is me. I can sit and chill, hear you talking, but now you're going long. I'm like, okay, let me see where this is going. It's too much. It's too much. But I truly appreciate everybody that came out. The comments today, Lotus was commenting. I can't thank you enough this morning, Lotus, for real. I really can't. I thank my sister for this. I think I need to give Lotus today her flowers. She came up with this topic last night. She said, bro, I really think you need to talk about this. And I was like, but no, some things just really need to be talked about. And I truly appreciate that. And I appreciate even all the positive and negative people that was in the comment. Thank y'all for pulling up this morning. Y'all did your things. Like I always say, I appreciate the people that comes into the comments, that come into the live, that are being in the comments. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much because y'all make these comments what it is. Y'all make the live immaculate. You guys are great. I love each and every one of y'all, whether you like me or not, whether you like what we said or not, whether you agree with us or not, because that's the whole purpose. I'm not here to make everybody agree with me. I want y'all to have your own thoughts because this is a thought-based live. Everything is based on thoughts and opinion. Your opinions, everybody's opinion matters to me, but understand this. Even if it's your opinion and your perspective, I still have the right to challenge it. Because that is what I like to do. Respectfully. So with that being said, to all the people, to my panelists, thank y'all for participating this morning. Y'all could have been doing anything else this morning. I don't know what coast you guys are on, whether you're on the East or West Coast, but thank y'all for getting up with me this morning and having this conversation. I truly appreciate it. And for those that were watching from the FYP, come on inside. Don't be scared to come in the house. We just here to put that work in. I'm Velvet Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Hard Truth, a.k.a. come get this work, a.k.a. you will get packed up. So with that being said, I would like each and every person on my platform, please give a very small light clothing so we can slide and go according to our day.
Thank you very much. appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Velvet. It was great. One love. Jay Picker.
Jay Fizzle, my brother. Listen, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining. And hopefully I'll see you again. Well, guess what? I won't be back until Monday. But yes, thank you, my brother. Have a blessed one. Come on, H, AH, 8 9 7 14 24 19 7.
H 1974. Why
I
you
know.
gotta do me like that?
Come on, youngin.
Thank you for letting me, share my opinions and thoughts. I appreciate you all. Peace and love from New York, Brooklyn, Al.
Okay, Brooklyn in the building, but the Bronx is always the better borough. You heard that. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Listen, come back again. You're more than welcome.
I just want to say, I won't be long, bro. Thank you for this, Lo. Thank you for this subject, and thank you, bro, for your queen showing up and saying everything she said, man. Everything that everyone said on the panel today, man. I always take all of it in. It just, like you were touched on earlier, Velvet. It's not saying that this always happens, ladies, but a lot of times when we try to share these things and it gets shifted off of us back to how you receive what we're saying, seeing it as an attack, or now we're talking about how you feel. You just complete. Now we're stuck with whatever it is we were trying to release. Now we're trapped in our thoughts because we weren't able to get that off of our chest, even just a little bit, with the person we thought we could be vulnerable with. It's not about being emotional. You say you want someone that's emotionally intelligent. That means us understanding our emotions, and that's all that we're asking is, if we understand it, can you also take some time to try to understand us? Because we're trying to understand y'all. I'll land there.
Y'all don't understand. That's my little brother right there. The young ones is always the smartest ones, always the best ones, and always throwing facts. AKA 757 Mr. Peacemaker, but don't get it twisted. He can still come at you. Don't get it twisted.
Love you, big bro.
I love you too, man, for real. Oh, man. And don't forget one thing before you go. Look at the white shoes.
Look at the white shoes.
Dad, we missing Ford this morning, but we know Ford is doing his thing. He's still celebrating his birthday. So once again, happy birthday to my big brother Ford. Mr. Ford, he's here, but you are here in spirit, my brother, because we know you were doing your thing. So continue to enjoy your birthday weekend. Real talk. Shout out to Mr. Ford. DJ, come on, my brother. Another one of these good brothers, man.
Hey, short and sweet. I always like to come over here because it's not just a vibe, but it's always something that's inspirational and educational at the same time. Because I can feel your heart. I can feel that you desire for men to act like doggone men. Stop acting like, no offense, but broads. And I appreciate that. And that's why when you sent the invite, I say, man, I got to come up because I consider myself an intelligent brother, intelligent black man, and I want to represent that. So I appreciate you allowing me that space to come on your platform and do that.
First of all, DJ, we've been rocking for a while. They don't even understand. Like, we've been rocking for a while. But
yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. But yes, DJ is another one of my brothers, man. I respect him. I he's a immaculate man. You know what I'm saying? I like brothers that know who they are and don't even have to worry about others. And that's what he does. He does his DJing in the morning. I love listening to his music. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all pull up over there, hear that brother music. He DJs, plays the good music. You know what I'm saying? He gives you shout outs when you pull up on his live. So hands down, DJ Raleigh, that's my man. Rock with him all day. Tony has done it again. Come on, sister.
Well, Velvet, we've been connected for about 2 years now, and this is my first time
I
up on your
know.
panel. I appreciate you allowing me to come up and give voice and to give some perspective for the ladies.
See, and let y'all know, 2 years and she's been in the cut. This is the first time I'm pulling up on the platform. She comes to the live, don't get me wrong, but for 2 years, this is the first time she ever came up on the platform. So that tells me a lot. That tells me, thank you. And listen, thank you for even rocking with us for 2 years, for real. I know it's been a struggle because, yeah, some people have gone, but Low, 2 years, Lotus.
Aye.
What? Listen, you know, so you already know you always welcome up on here, sister, for real.
I appreciate it.
Real
Thank you.
talk. And thank you again, for real, for the following. Just for that. Wow. I feel good. Come on,
My brother and my lovely sister. Boy, Lolo, I owe you breakfast, girl. Real talk, cause you when you got started, you got the wife started. She was like, wait a minute, let me go on in here. I said, go on in there then. And but all jokes aside, is thank you for bringing up the topic because it's necessary. And it also the topic was the let's see, the best word I can say was the catalyst to a conversation that needed to be had. And that is one of the things I'm serious about. Is, as you know, just like we are here for the brothers, you and the sisters might have to get together for the sisters, because there's some young sisters that, you know, the old mothers used to teach the sisters how to act back in the day. And they need a voice for those who want to listen. We ain't talking about everybody. For those who want to listen, that can learn from you and Rain and my wife, because y'all experienced sisters. And you're speaking life into a sister, because understand this, you can only talk to a sister because you're a sister. I can only talk to men because I'm a man. So thank you for that. To my brother, boy, it's definitely the white shoe.
Look at the white shoe.
Look, man, I'm so grateful that God divinely hooked us up. You, Ford, 757. You know what I mean? Because my wife knows I look forward to this, man. I really do. Because I know we're not playing over here. Now, I'm cool with the backlash, but I'm from the school of, if you bring it over here, I'm going to give you what you paid for. Now, I'm trying to be as respectful as I can, because, again, I've always been quick with my mouth. You say something crazy to me, I'm going to say something crazy to you to hurt your feelings and crush you. My wife is co-signing in the background. I had to learn to tame that. So don't think that the gray hairs in my face and my soft tone, don't take it for me being a punk. That being said, I'm grateful, bro.
Well,
I'm grateful that you stayed in the game long enough to catch up to the brothers you needed to catch up to, because you could have quit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you really could have said, you know what? I got other things to do. So I'm grateful that you had the courage to stay with it until you got with the right brothers. And guess what? You got the right ones. We here for all the noise. You know what I'm saying? And you got here's the fun part. And we got the best backup. Man, please. Man, look, I'm mad. Look, folks should be mad they ain't got a Lolo. I'm just mad. I'm just saying. And a Rain. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna bring in the third musketeer just yet.
Oh no, she here. She here, bro. It's too late. She listen.
Yeah. So
anybody that can get me quiet.
Yo, I say that to say we some blessed people, and I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I can. Don't waste when someone is giving you good wisdom. Don't waste the opportunity of getting it, because you're stuck with thinking you know it all. If you knew it all, you'd be doing better for yourself. And I refer to relationships. And we're not saying we got it all together, but guess what? We doing pretty good, because guess what? We happy over here. We got joy over here. We ain't mad about nothing. We have a good life, and it's always getting better. So rather than wrestle with us about what we're talking about, what we're doing, just take note. And if it's good for you, great. If it's not, it's okay. It's a part of the recipe. Every recipe can be modified and augmented, but just have a recipe so you can come up with a good product.
That's it.
I land.
Oh man. First of all, I can't give you flowers today, but I gotta give it to my sister, because she came in this joint and tore it up. Like, yo, I love you, man. But Auntie came in here and did her thing, She needs to come up and just to give her closing for real, respectfully. She needs to give a closing. I can't close my live.
I got you, baby.
She got to get a close. I need her to come up and give a closing, please.
I'm so thankful to all of you, your willingness to say the thing that people don't want to hear, uncomfortable things. That's what I learned in my 50s in my relationship with my husband. So you're never done learning.
Look at the white shoes.
You're never done learning. A real friend is going to tell you, you were being a little too emotional, or better yet, you were talking too much, or you were rude. What you mad about? This is someone who loves you and wants you to be better. And that's what I appreciate, because I feel like you guys are showing love one to another beyond the stereotypes. You're showing concern and compassion for one another.
You got allergies, bro?
No. Yeah, I got allergies.
Yeah. And where do we have this? This is where, I think somebody posted in the comment, I wanted to say something. We owe the little boys apologies. See, when my sons would cry and their grandfather or their daddy would say, "This boys don't cry," I said, "No, they do. They're human. They need to. He fell. It hurt." And that's why they're able to grow up and see a sad movie. Or when their friend lost a mom. When their friend lost a... Man, listen. I'm just checking on you. They doing wellness checks in their 20s. They've had friends who took their own lives, who unalived themselves because they didn't have what you guys are providing them. It's real in these streets. It's real. Like you said, the mind controls the other body parts. If all we doing is saying, go out there and sleep with somebody, go out there and get with somebody. You don't want to share your body with all these people. That's psychological. You know what I'm saying? You're sharing your body, those spirits, that energy. And you guys are telling them, "No, dog, that don't work." You feel me? Like you're saying that's not helping you. When do we start to say the uncomfortable things in love, hoping that we'll reach somebody that'll say, "You know what? I'm gonna make a different choice." Because the world ain't trying to help you. The world ain't trying to have us together and love each other. My husband talks about that all the time. When we're in a grocery store laughing, people look at us like it's odd. People look like it's not even supposed to be real or normal. Y'all, we in some tough times. We gotta have places like TikTok, wherever you are, wherever you find your people. Stick close. Give them flowers now. Give them flowers now. We need it. We need to respond back. You need to go back, like you said, to Lotus and say, "I ain't want to talk about it, but man, I'm glad I am." So, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Well, let me say this real quick. You can have her. That's my auntie. So guess what, uncle and auntie. First of all, I want to say this. Welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
I'm validating. I don't know about everybody else in the clique, but got my stamps. Got my seal of approval 100%, and I guarantee it. If I could speak for my wife, and if I could speak for Rain, I think she would stamp it too, hands down.
Well, she was already there because whatever's attached to us is attached to us. So.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Appreciate
So.
I appreciate you. And listen, guess what? Hyenas need love too.
You ain't never lying.
I mean, that's a serious. At some point, we have to be able to tell them, "Look, this is inappropriate. You can come back, but check yourself before you wreck yourself, because you are ruining your opportunity, not just for wisdom, but for real love and connection."
She said hyenas need love too. Ooh, that's next week's topic: how to love a hyena. How do you love a hyena?
You know what I'm saying? That whole "I gotta be a boss." Oh my goodness, I have a whole.
And the fellas,
I cannot stand that.
I can't stand.
Look, the fellas gonna be in the background eating popcorn.
I am.
Huh?
I'm not even getting on the platform. I'm just sitting there like,
I'm gonna be in the FYP. I'm not even gonna show up.
That part.
I'm gonna be in the hallway, bro. I'm gonna be in the hallway.
Listen, y'all hilarious, man. I love this though. Lotus, what you gotta say, Lotus? I know you got something.
You know what? Sis, every time she opens her mouth, she speaks to my spirit, and I just get overwhelmed with emotion. Oh.
And you wonder why I married her.
No, because it's a lot. I learned a lot, and I won't say too much on this live.
I'll have her reach out to you.
Yeah, please.
For sure. I got you.
Okay. But I will say this. I coined myself as being male-centered. And I try to push Velvet to have conversations because our men need a voice because they've been silent for so long. And these are things that, or these are conversations that are uncomfortable, but have to be had. And it's education. And why not do something that other people are not doing or not talking about to set yourself apart? We all can sit around and tell each other, you know, about how we should be acting as men, as women. But those are not really the real issues. Because ED is something that is outside of the other cultural issues we have. ED is one of the issues that is destroying our marriages and our culture because we are a microwave culture where if it stops working, we want to move on to the next. So I just encourage, you know, our men, and I'm gonna just close this out for me, that it's not just about your health issue or your relationship issue, it's about both, right? Your body's talking to you. A lot of times your mind is under pressure and your relationship is responding to what's unspoken. You as Black men cannot keep carrying stress in silence or avoiding the conversations at home. The real strength is taking care of your health, being honest as parents and vulnerable with your partner, and understanding that intimacy is built on trust and not performance. And sisters, creating that safe space for them. I know that's like that cliche word right now, but we have to create a safe space for our men. And when they come to us and talk to us, not turn the conversation around on us, because that's where we lose them. And again, you take their voice, because they still are dealing with the inner child. And if they didn't have a voice as a child, and you keep extinguishing their voice, they go back into hiding. I can't keep going, bro.
I know. Well, look, you know this. You know I love each and every one of you on this platform, on this panel, but you know it's time to pack them up. I love y'all, and you know we'll talk on the back end. But it's the time I got to do me. So no disrespect to nobody out there, but I love y'all. Peace out. Got to pack y'all up. Don't be mad at me, cause I'm packing you up. I just want y'all to know that I love you so. Okay. Anyway, now it's back to Velvet. Velvet on. First of all, to my brothers, look at the white shoes. Look at the white shoes. To my sister Lo, I love you. Thank you again. Of course, to my loving wife who's not here, but she's here in spirit. Love you, babe, and glad you made it safe. I will call you in a few minutes. To my new sister, thank you for coming in here and doing what you did. It was spectacular. Very well said. And you shut the place down. What up, JoJo? Today's question. Is ED a man's health issue or a relationship issue? I would say it's both. It is a men's health issue plus a relationship issue. Some men need to truly take care of their bodies, and actually sometimes some women need to actually take care of their relationships, and men need to take care of their relationships as well. The relationship part goes both ways. It's not one person in a relationship. It is you and the person that you are with. So, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again. Sometimes, ladies, pour into your man. The little intimacies goes a long way. A lot of brothers give a lot of your women are getting the intimacy, but you're definitely not giving it back. Sometimes even taking charge, taking control. All a man wants to do is feel desired and feel wanted. It's not that hard. We do it to y'all all the time. So the easiest thing is just to make that man feel desired and wanted. But brothers, get yourselves checked as well. Find out what's going on with your body, and don't be ashamed to tell your woman what's going on with you. Real talk. That is your helpmate. She's supposed to help you and guide you. When you fall short, that's where she picks you up. Stop trying to get out of your own way, get out of your own head about, oh no, I'm fine, to know when something is wrong with you. Stop hiding things from your spouse. Especially when it comes to your health. Because they're going to find out. And then when they do, can't get mad that she's upset. Is the reason why. Some things that we do causes arguments. Some things that us men do causes the woman to react the way that she does is because of the most minute things. You're afraid to tell your woman something that happened to you when you went to go see a doctor. Miss Purple, what's up, sis? How you doing? Glad to see you. No, seriously, we gotta start doing our part as men as well. Go to the doctor, let her know, listen, babe, this is what the doctor said, where we're gonna go from there. When it comes to dating, I'm going to encourage some of you women, to be honest. Change your approach. Remember how we used to say, Lo, they're gonna be in the house. Only thing you're gonna be dating is your animals. And there's still right now a lot of women out there dating their animals. When you start calling your pets by their names as if they're adults, treat them like they humans, you got a problem. There's a you problem. You sitting there looking at your fish bowl and they got your fish got a whole name and you talking to it, feeding it. Come here, Caesar. Something wrong with you. Rebrand yourself as a woman and as a man. Real talk. Rebrand who you are. And when going on date, just go out and date and go out and have fun. That's what a date is. A date is me going out and going to get something to eat, going to something to drink, going to play miniature golf, do something different other than your normal style dating. And just talk. Don't need a whole bunch of questions. But just make sure if you're a woman that you are presenting yourself correctly, because that's what a man is looking for. He's looking for, how can this woman represent me when we're not around? I know. But anyway, Passover, you got to do two sermons. Thank you guys again for coming out. I hope you receive what you wanted to receive. Excuse me. Just to let you know, I do podcasts on YouTube as well. So when I am live on TikTok, I'm also live on YouTube. Same name, Velvet Jones 2.0. Live on YouTube. I'm streaming exactly right now as we're having this conversation on TikTok. I do all of my lives. I stream them on TikTok as well as YouTube. They may not see y'all, but they can hear y'all. So thank y'all again for joining. It's truly been an amazing morning. This live has been amazing. One of the best lives I've had in a while. So thank y'all again for joining me this morning. And may the love of the Lord be with us all until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. See you when I see you. I won't be live tomorrow. But yes, Monday morning, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern Standard Time. Ford Focus is where my brother Ford, who's not here right now because he's celebrating his birthday weekend. Brother Mr. Ford, we do a men's panel Monday. Tuesday, 7 Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is the Brothers in the Kitchen, where it's Cooking and Conversations with Ford, with myself, Mr. Ford, and another brother, D. Ford. I'm not saying his name because he might be listening and I might owe him $1, so that ain't happening. Then on Wednesdays, we have the Four Horsemen, which is myself and my 3 other brothers, 757, Uncle, and of course, Mr. Ford. Fridays, the same thing. Those days are 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And on Saturdays, it's an open panel where I host the live. Normally be like questions with Velvet, but we still have the family come up. People can pull up in the panel. We'll have a topic and just do it like that. But pretty much what you get. So Thursdays and Sundays are the only 2 days you probably really won't see me on live. But yeah. Pull up on me. Anyway. Sorry, okay, gotta go, Mazo. Gotta fly. Listen, you guys enjoy the rest of your day on purpose, and God bless you all.